Midwest, and even more around the world. This is the Show Me Sports Network. The following is an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and is a high-fidelity all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright of the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
Taken 1 week ago today, and hoping to run it back here as they take on the Eldon Mustangs. Thanks for joining us tonight. And Matt, to bring you into the broadcast, starting off the season, obviously it didn't go Hallsville's way, but you look at the way that they performed last week. What are you kind of looking for today to see if they can keep that momentum and make a season-long adjustment to be a better team?
Well, the key to me last week to that win over Macon was the defense, allowing just 14 points here at home in Hallsville. A Macon team that's put up some points this year. They've been pretty solid offensively. To hold them to 14 points, that is no easy task. We'll see if they can continue to limit the opposing offense as they face this Eldon team here tonight.
Yeah, and that's going to be the real focal point of today's matchup, is going to be that defense, because Hallsville's defense, they certainly did struggle early in the season. You look at those first 3 games, and in every one they allowed at least 36 points. That's not a marker that you really want to be at. However, that 14-point performance last week, that's certainly something you can hang your hats on. And what you're looking at in the past, it's been that passing game has always been tough, especially throughout the season, is they allow a lot of passing yards. However, what's worth mentioning is that Eldon does not have a good passing attack. It's been that run game that's been the focus. So if Hallsville's defensive line and their linebacking core can step up and shut down the run, I think that's what you're really going to be looking at for today's game.
Yeah, Drew Hines, the quarterback for Eldon on the year, 22 for 37, 181 yards passing. Now, for comparison, Landon Cunningham, 804 yards. He could break the 1,000 mark tonight. You never know. We'll find out later.
Well, averages 200 yards per game. So
hey, 804 plus 200 gets you over 1,000.
Yep.
There you go. He is on pace to break the 1,000-yard mark tonight. We'll see if he can do it. But the strength of Hines and the strength of this Eldon offense is the running game. Hines, 325 rushing yards on the year, alongside Drayden DeLong, 356 rushing yards, and you've got Colin Brisbane with 146, 3 rushers with over 100 yards on the season. That is the strength of their offense. If you stop that, that gets you a lot closer to a win tonight.
Yes, it does. Well, we're going to go a little bit more in depth with these two teams when we come back. Quick break here. We'll be back in a minute. And when we come back, we're going to be looking at some players to highlight, some of our players of the night to watch. That comes up when we return here on the Show Me Sports Network with Hallsville Football.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
There's no better way to celebrate a special event or show someone just how important they are to you than gifting them something handcrafted from Country with a Heart. Handmade in mid-Missouri, Country with a Heart specializes in hand-built woodworking projects for every occasion. Their design collection includes children's furniture, doll furniture, household items, holiday decor, outdoor decorations, custom projects, and everything in between. To view their full inventory of projects, visit countrywithaheart.com and find them on Facebook by joining the Country with a Heart group page.
Hello and welcome back into the Hallsville Indians pregame show here on the Show Me Sports Network. I'm Austin Thomas, joined once again by Matthew Gustafson. Glad to have you along for the ride. And we'll mention it prior to the break, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at these two teams. Obviously, you know, you guys have probably been following Hallsville all season long, and you know some of these players, but also Eldon certainly has some key players on their team, and you mentioned a couple of them before. What's the player that you're focused on both offense and defense for the Mustangs tonight?
Well, for offense, I think somebody that we haven't talked about, because we've talked about the quarterback, Drew Hines, we've talked about Drayden DeLong, haven't really talked about Colin Brisbane yet. He is a wide receiver. He is their leading receiver, but he also has over 100 rushing yards on the season. The junior has 146 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. He's also got 6 receptions for 66 yards. Second team all-conference last season.
Yes, certainly a player to be looking at. How about on the defensive side, Matt? Who are you kind of looking at from the Mustangs and saying, okay, that's who I'm circling right now. That's who we're kind of watching out for?
Well, I'm going to circle a guy who is also a key part of their offense, cornerback on the defensive side, and Drayden DeLong. He's a senior, 5'10", 165, second-team all-conference on the defensive side last year, entering today with 15 tackles, 2 passes defended. I think we're going to watch that passing game today. We'll see how they match up, but I wouldn't be too shocked if you see him matching up against Gabe Jenkins a couple times throughout this game. That's going to be a matchup to watch.
Yes, it certainly will. Well, let's take a look real quick back for my picks on the Eldon offensive side. Obviously, you mentioned him before, and we've talked about him a little bit, Drew Hines. He is my player to watch, but not for the running game. For me, I'm looking at his passing game. Can he step it up on the passing game? Because I think that's going to be the way that they win this one with the way that the Hallsville run defense is looking. And on the defensive side, I got to go with Bryce Berenson, the senior defensive end. We'll see how he can do. National anthem takes place, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, it's time for kickoff here from Hallsville.
You've been listening to the Hallsville Indians pregame show on the exclusive home for Indians football, the Show Me Sports Network. The excitement is building in the stands, and the tension is rising on the sideline as kickoff is just around the corner. Exclusive pregame coverage of Hallsville Indians football has been brought to you by Boone County Journal, Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant, Country with a Heart, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Hallsville Athletic Boosters, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, Salter Loan Service, LLC, Sawdust Studios, Southern Boone Area YMCA, The Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, and Ren's Automotive. The biggest and absolute best coverage in mid-Missouri continues as we'll be back with kickoff right after these messages. This has been the Hallsville Indians pregame show on the exclusive home for Indians football, the Show Me Sports Network.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Goodell Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Goodell's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie! Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazaway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazaway.
Hallsville side offensively and defensively.
You know what? You read my mind. I was going to talk about Gabe Jenkins, and you went right there. I talked about that matchup potentially on the defensive side. Drayden DeLong, Gabe Jenkins leading the Indians in receiving yards this year. Also has 2 touchdown receptions. If they're going to open up the passing game, he's going to be one of the guys that is going to be responsible for that. And on the defensive side, we've talked about the running game, so I'm going to give you not one, I'm going to give you 2 defensive players to watch. Luke Peasley, Jack Wooden. Those 2 guys have combined for 9 tackles for loss this season, and they're going to need to add some more tonight if Hallsville wants the win.
I like those choices. I certainly like those choices. that makes it tough for me. I don't want to choose the same guys as you. So when I look at this team, I mentioned it with the other team's quarterback. I'm going to choose another quarterback. I'm going to choose Landon Cunningham here. And again, we talk about these quarterbacks in a certain frame of mind, but to me, I look at Landon Cunningham, and obviously he's been great with getting the ball down the field. 800 passing yards this season. But the completion percentage, it's sub 50%, and he's thrown 7 interceptions this year, also fumbling the ball 3 times. I think ball security is a key to make sure that Hallsville stays in this game, but not just that. He's got to be completing smart passes, and a lot of them at that. That completion percentage is going to be a key sign as well of whether or not Hallsville is able to win this game. And then defensively, of course, I am going to be a little bit interested here in the defensive line, as you mentioned, and I'm not just going to choose both guys. I am going to choose one. And you know what? I'm going to actually change my pick. Last second here, we're going Wyatt Morris, linebacker. Okay. I was about to go ahead and choose Luke Peasley, but I think Wyatt Morris could be a key factor, a guy who was an all-conference honorable mention last season. We'll see if he can do some work here on the defensive side, but the offense going to get started as Hallsville returns with 12 minutes to go, and taking down Lawson Burks on the return, about 10 yards there, gets it past the 30, not too shabby of an opening play for Hallsville, and they will be spotted with the ball at the 34-yard line. So Hallsville going to be leading out with their quarterback, Landon Cunningham, out there, the junior who takes over for Braden Matheny from last season. Nobody in the backfield. They're running 4 wide receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. Quick throw on a screen pass to Gabe Jenkins on the left. He gets it past the 35 up to the 40, and a face mask potentially going to be called as he was pulled down right at the end there, and a flag is thrown. Jenkins got about 7 yards on the play. They spotted him at the 41. We'll clarify if this is face mask penalty like I was anticipating. Matt, what did you see there?
Well, you know what I saw was Gabe Jenkins getting the first reception about a minute and a half after I mentioned Gabe Jenkins as a player to watch.
Yeah, well, you were dead on with that. So far, it's still early in the game, but indeed it is a face mask penalty, so that'll be a big movement for Hallsville as they will now have the ball spotted up at the 46-yard line, just 4 yards shy of midfield. 4 receivers on the right, 1 on the left this time. Quick throw to Dalvin Smith, who has it, trying to find his way up the field. Gets a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage, down just shy of midfield, right at the 50, maybe an inch or 2 behind the line.
I like the strategy. Go with a couple of quick hitters early on. Try and get Landon Cunningham into a rhythm and open up this passing game as the action continues.
Well, you talked about your pregame analysis. I'll shout out mine here. Those quick, easy passes. The completion percentage is going to be a key sign here. Can he make the smart throws? So far, it's been a very limited playbook. Throwing those screen passes, that's going to work out for you a lot of the time. Pre-snap motion, and now Cunningham going to take it himself up the right side. Has a little bit of space and gets up just shy of the first down marker.
We'll see where they mark it.
And they're going to spot him right at the 45, but regardless, it's now into Eldon territory and a 3rd and 1.
3rd and manageable, and if they don't get it on 3rd down, an early test at the 45, do you go aggressive and do you go for it? Obviously, they're hoping that they won't have to, but we'll see.
Knowing Coach Stevens, certainly going to go for it, but taking it up the middle himself, he's going to have that first down. Landon Cunningham on the quarterback keeper. He gets about 2 yards, maybe 3 on the carry. They spot him at the 43-yard line. It's a first down for Hallsville.
Landon Cunningham showing the instincts of a running back, always fall forward, and falling forward is what gets him that first down.
Hallsville is going to hope to keep this offense rolling, and they love that 5 wide, stacking up 4 receivers on one side of the field. They do it again, this time on the left. Quick throw to Jenkins, but it's a low pass, not complete. Hits the grass and bounces up. It's 2nd and 10 for Hallsville.
And importantly, that was a forward pass, so you don't have a fumble right there. Remember, if it's a lateral, then you're going to have to go chase after that ball, and that could be a potential turnover. So a forward pass there, good play design. Doesn't work out, but obviously avoiding another turnover.
Yeah, and that's a good call out right there, catching the near fumble if it had been a backwards pass. Now 3 on the left, 2 on the right. Throw to the right side. They have Smith on the out route. He gets over 5 yards and pushed out of bounds. Call it a gain of about 6. Not too bad of a throw from Cunningham to Dalvin Smith, who's been active early.
Yep, good job. Bounce back, throws it into the flat on that little corner route, and now you make it third and manageable.
3rd and 3 for Hallsville, and you mentioned the 4th down earlier. This is a little bit more of a likely 4th down situation. We'll see what Hallsville gets here. And the ball is fumbled on the snap. Who is on top of it? That is the question. It was a muffed snap, and it looks like Hallsville was able to stay on top of it. There was some pre-snap motion. Looks like it could have been a jet sweep. Lawson Burks was moving across. Cunningham did not grab the ball, and now it's a 4th and 6 for Hallsville. Setting up quickly. Cunningham holding off, now getting the call from the sideline, and a timeout will be called by Coach Stevens. Hallsville going to take some time to talk things over here with 9:30 to go in the first quarter. First drive of the game, Hallsville going for it on 4th down.
And we'll see if they maintain that 4th down call. Do they decide to punt it right here?
Yeah,
have
we're
a timeout, have some time to decide.
I'm very doubtful that they would decide to punt here. Hallsville, not a team that punts very often. Although, when they do punt, we've been seeing a little bit better punts as of late from Landon Cunningham. He's certainly been getting the ball a little bit further downfield, but at this point in time, you're not really focused on pushing them back. I think you're okay with giving up the ball in this situation. It's not going to be killer with how far down the field you are. So Cunningham back out all alone in the backfield.
Even formation, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right.
We'll see what the play call is. Cunningham claps his hands, now ready to fire, throws right side. It's caught for a first down, or is it? Lawson Burks is right at the marker. We'll see if they mark forward progress or if he ran backwards. The referee does say it was forward progress as he steps forward, and it's a first down for Hallsville.
50-50 call. Seemingly could have gone either way, and it goes Hallsville's.
So now the ball at the 32-yard line, and oh man, that was a nail-biter right there. Hallsville inching closer and closer to the red zone.
Another empty backfield.
Snap, it's a handoff this time to Burks. The jet sweep works. He's up the left side. He's got some yardage and tackled past the 25. Called him down at the 23-yard line. Another nice gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
And we believe that's the play they were trying to run before you had that fumble. It seemed like Cunningham was focusing more on making that handoff than on simply catching the ball on that play. He's able to get the ball, and you see the drive continue. Really nice perimeter blocking on that play. Makes it a very, very close 2nd down.
Rhythm offense. Cunningham looking to throw. He's going deep left side. Stockamp was wide open, but the miscommunication could not find the connection, and it's incomplete. And now a 3rd and 1. You're okay with taking that shot on 2nd and 1?
Don't mind that shot. He was open. I think that was just a little bit of a timing issue right there. You saw kind of the hesitation from the receiver. Then he goes back, goes toward the end zone. Cunningham had to wait just half a second, and that one's probably a touchdown. But again, 3rd and 1, so you're hoping that it doesn't hurt you here.
Stockamp made some big plays last week. We'll see what the connection looks like this week. Cunningham going to try and take it himself right up the middle. He stopped right around the line of scrimmage. Did he make it to the first down marker? Maybe not. The referee's signaling right around the line to gain, and they're going to say first down.
Another tough run right there. Get the first down again.
Ball now at the 22-yard line. Still scoreless, first drive of the game here. 8:20 to go in the first quarter. And Hallsville, I mean, they've been moving the ball rhythmically. So we'll see if they can keep things rolling along here. Landon Cunningham, you know, you mentioned it earlier with Lawson Burks on the jet sweep, how they've now tried that twice. One time it's worked. Well, he actually leads the team in yards per carry. Cunningham going to throw. They're going to go deep here up to Smith, but again, not on the same page. Fortunately for Hallsville, no defenders were in the area, so it lands incomplete. But again, it looked like Smith was about to beat his man, but just didn't break downfield as Cunningham had thought.
Yep, just working on some timing issues right now. They've been really good in the short game, getting these passes out wide, get it to your receivers in space, allow them to make the magic happen. Cunningham hasn't quite allowed these plays to develop. Again, you wait half a second, wait a second, and those throws are going to be there.
Cunningham all alone once again, going to take it himself up the left side. He's got some blockers, and just shy of the 10-yard line, he breaks that one off for a good chunk gain. Call it 10 yards on the play, and they will move the chains. First down, Hallsville. They are in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
And talk about an impressive first drive. It's been methodical. You haven't really had one of those big hitters, but you continue to make progress, continue to get positive yardage play after play, and good things happen.
Now Landon Cunningham, this is where it's going to matter. Can he play safe with the ball? He's going to fake the handoff, rolling out right, under pressure, throws it low. Is it caught? No, it hits off the ground. He was targeting his tight end on that play, but Abe Rhodes not able to bring it in, and it's now 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. Landon Cunningham has been very impressive so far, but I do think that there's been a little bit of miscommunication between him and his teammates so far, and something that, throughout the season you're going to work out, especially this is his first year under center, and he's got plenty of room to grow. Now, lining up, ready to go. He's going to try and take it himself again up the middle, breaks through a tackle up to about the 5, not down yet, stays on his feet and gets to about the 4 before he's tackled. Call it a gain of 8 yards and makes it 3rd and 2 from the 4-yard line.
Yep, you do have a first down that you can gain. First down marker is at the 1-yard line.
So a 3rd and 3 as Hallsville will look to get things rolling here. Now the offense set up. Cunningham in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, running right, can't get around the tackle, gets a little bit further, but not much at that. A gain of 1. It's 4th and 2 from the 3-yard line. What does Hallsville do here? What kind of play will they run, or will they try and kick it? Sending out a couple of players onto the field for Hallsville, and Jack Wooden coming out here, and not often in the offensive plays, but also sending out their other man out here. Abe Rhodes is in the shotgun. It's a wildcat formation. Rhodes takes it himself. Right side, touchdown, Hallsville. No flags, and Hallsville takes the lead in the first quarter. A rhythmic 6-minute opening drive, and they get it on the 4th down conversion. A 3-yard rushing touchdown out of the Wildcat. Abe Rhodes, what creativity by Coach Stevens right there, and a way to punch it in.
Well, the offensive line's been getting some pretty good push. The blocking has been solid so far, and he got Abe Rhodes in there, the steamroller, rolling into the end zone.
Potential 2-point conversion now as Cunningham is out here, takes the snap, hands it off. Now flea flicker back, trying to throw deep, and Rhodes has a passing 2-point conversion to Gabe Jenkins. Abe Rhodes, what a player.
He can do it all.
Oh, man. Really showing out here. He got a rushing touchdown, then passes for the 2-point conversion after he was targeted as a receiver earlier in the drive. He's done all 3 now. And we're still just 6 minutes into this game. 6:01 on the clock. It's 8-0 Hallsville.
Well, let's see. He's ran it, he's passed it, he's caught it. I think the only thing left for us to see in terms of putting points on the board, moving the offense, is kicking it. Probably not going to see that tonight.
Or punting. You never know. You never know.
Anything is possible.
I doubt we're going to see that happen, but, well, actually, punting might be a little bit more of a possibility, considering that we've seen him take snaps out of the shotgun, and Hallsville loves to use their quarterback as a punter. So if we're talking about theoreticals, theoretically, he could be a punter next, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Hallsville getting ready for the kickoff now, leading 8-0 over Eldon. What a way to get things started. A nearly 6-minute drive ends with the Hallsville touchdown. So now ready to go. The kickoff is underway right about the middle of the field. A little bit of a collision, but not too big of one. And they collide yet again as the return goes just to about the 35. Eldon not bad on that play. And so bringing it up the field, Drayden DeLong able to get a solid gain. And it's 1st and 10 from the 35 for Eldon.
Well, after sitting on the sideline for the majority of this first quarter, the defense is going to be well rested heading into this drive.
Yeah, more than well rested at that.
Fresh legs.
Well, the quarterback, Drew Hines, out there for Eldon. He takes the snap, hands it off. No, he keeps it himself. And great defense by the Hallsville defensive line. They get to him, although he does get a couple of yards, a gain of 4 there. And that's a relatively strong stop after the fake handoff.
Wyatt Morris, your guy to watch pregame. The man who makes the first tackle for Hallsville.
So now a 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs as Hines gets back to work. Drew Hines looking to take it himself up the left side again, breaks through a couple tackles, but the Hallsville linebacking core is there to slow him down once again. A 3-yard gain, and it's now 3rd and 3 from the 42-yard line for this Eldon offense.
And an early opportunity to force a 3-and-out right here. 3rd and 3. They've gone to the run back-to-back. We'll see if they go for the pass for the first time.
Well, every run, both of the runs so far, I should say, have gone at least 3 yards. That's all they need. 3rd and 3. Hines calling motion. Brisbane, he's not going to get the handoff. Hands it in the backfield, but Hallsville is there. Wraps him up, and down he goes. Drayden DeLong, you're going nowhere. It's a loss of 3 and pushes them back to the 39-yard line. 4th and 6 for Eldon. They stay out there. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Potentially forced to pass or punt. Hines dropping back. Seems like he's going to punt, and he will. Not a bad one at that. Up the middle of the field, bounces to the 20, a little bit past, and it will stop right around the 18-yard line. And Hallsville will get it back after a quick 2-minute drive is halted on a 3-and-out.
Like I said, that early opportunity for the 3-and-out, you're leading 8-0 right now. An opportunity to create a very, very early 2-score lead. 4:01 remaining. See how quickly they can move it down the field. But there's the possibility that you could be up by 2 scores heading into the second half.
That certainly is a possibility here. And you look at Eldon starting the season 3-1. They actually lost their last game. They were 3-0 to begin the year, whereas Hallsville had done the opposite, and a flag blown pre-snap false start called against Hallsville. And that the first penalty of the game to go against the Indians. But you'll certainly take that, 8 minutes into the game. You've been able to work the ball and already scored a touchdown. You lead 8-0. You're okay with that being your first penalty. 1st and 15 coming up now for the Indians. Ball at their own 13-yard line. Cunningham with 3 receivers on his left, 2 on the right. Takes the snap, looks to the left, now going downfield. He's got a man. There's the catch, and he has nobody ahead of him. Gabe Jenkins to the 20, the 10. See you later. Gabe Jenkins all the way down the field.
82-yard touchdown.
What a play. Cunningham to Jenkins, and it was 1-on-2 coverage from the Eldon defensive backs. 14-0, the Hallsville lead.
And that might have actually been 87 with that 5-yard penalty.
Yes, 87-yard touchdown on that play, and Gabe Jenkins showing off, making you look good with your pregame prediction, Matt. Extra point attempt coming here. Klosick out to kick it. And the kick is low and not able to get it in the air, and the PAT no good. So the score remains 14-0 0 as Eldon will look to return the kickoff. It was a one-play drive compared to the near 6-minute drive that they had the time before that. I mean, talk about a difference in scoring possessions.
By land or by air, either way, it gets you into the end zone. 14-0 Hallsville. Got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, it was a 12-second drive to get into the end zone. It was 12 seconds off the clock that Hallsville needed in order to score, whereas it took them 5 minutes and 59 seconds to score the first one. I tell you what, that is how you do it. That's how you get a bit of a jolt going on your team. So Gabe Jenkins able to punch in his first receiving touchdown of the game. And the PAT, unfortunately for Hallsville, no good. So 14-0 the score as Eldon will look to get back on the right track here. This has not been the start of the game that they were hoping for at all, and still plenty of game to play. And you shouldn't put this one away at all, but the Hallsville momentum is unheard of this season. I don't know if they've had more momentum in a game yet. Leading 14-0, the way that their offense has looked, the defense having a 3-and-out as well, everything is going in the Hallsville favor. Kickoff coming from Jack Wooden, puts it on the ground and nearly fumbled on the return, but now staying on his feet, able to get it to about the 45-yard line. Not a bad play there, as it's a 1st and 10 from the Eldon 45. They'll look to push this ball down the field. 14-0 the Hallsville lead, 3:41 to go in the first quarter. And when you're looking at the Eldon side right now, Matthew, what do they need to do to get back on the right track?
Well, I think you've seen them go to the inside run each time. Try and mix it up a little bit. Maybe go to that outside. See if you can get some movement from your tackles.
Jet sweep to the outside, cutting up the field, and now nearly breaking free. Drayden DeLong. That was some good movement, shiftiness, but ultimately just nets 4 yards. It's a 2nd and 6 from their own 49. And Eldon still looking to get into Hallsville territory for the first time tonight. They have a chance to do so here, but they had a chance back earlier in the first quarter until it was a big TFL from the Hallsville defense. Now a QB keeper left side. He's got plenty of room to run and more up to the 30. A huge run for Drew Hines as he picks up over 20 yards on the carry, call it 23. And the ball spotted now at the 28-yard line in Hallsville territory. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, and all of a sudden, Eldon threatening. Drew Hines back out there with his man DeLong to his side. Snap, and Hines trying to take it himself, tackled early, but does fall forward, able to get a gain of about 2.5 yards, maybe 3. They spot him just shy of the 25 at the 26-yard line, so call it a gain of 2 on the play. It's 2nd and 8 for Eldon.
You continue to see multiple men in the backfield right now. Looks like they're coming out of the pistol.
Three receivers on the left. Here's the snap. Pitch to the left side. DeLong not able to make a man miss. He gets it just to the 25, a gain of 1 yard on the play. It's 3rd and 7 now for the Mustangs.
Really nice tackling right there from Hallsville. Eldon narrowly averting disaster, almost a sack, and could have been a fumble if that was the case. On the pitch out to the running back. Defenders able to get through that blocking from the wide receivers, and now you've got 3rd and 7.
Key opportunity here for the Hallsville defense. Eldon trying to score. Fake handoff, left side. QB keeper, he dives forward, and ball is on the ground, but they're going to say it's kept, and it's a gain of about 6, just shy of the first down. It's going to be a 4th and 2 for Eldon. Spotted at the 20-yard line, and they look like they're going to go for it.
So 2 fumbles so far today, 1 for each side, and both times the offense has recovered.
Now 2 men in the backfield along with Hines. We'll see if they hand it off. Fake the handoff. Now the pitch. Left side trying to break free for the first down. He's got it and more. Stays on his feet nearly to the end zone into about the 5-yard line. And a nice carry on the pitch. Colin Brisbane able to get a good chunk on that play. A gain of 15 on the ground. It's 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. And now Hallsville is going to see if their defensive line can stand up and if they can hold back from this Eldon offense scoring. 14-0, 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Doesn't matter about a fake handoff or not. They weren't able to get the ball away because Hallsville met them in the backfield.
Well, with how much momentum Jack Wooden had on that tackle, I think that he could have taken them both if he had the option, if he wanted to.
He tried to. He
almost tried to. He did see, however, the handoff was made, goes after that running back, and gets him for a loss.
And 20 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it looks like Eldon's going to try and get one more play off before we head to the second. It's 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Here's the snap. It's a handoff. Right side. Got some space, but not too much. Now diving at the last second after being wrapped up at the legs. He gets it back past the 5 all the way up to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5 yards on the carry. It's 3rd and goal from the 2 when we come back, but that's going to do it for the first quarter of action. Quick break here, and we'll return with the second here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gasway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gasway.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
Welcome back in. Second quarter here in Hallsville, and you've got 3rd and goal for this Eldon offense. Hines takes a snap, keeper to the left. He's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be held on 3rd down. 4th down and goal at the 2.
Another key stop for this Hallsville defense, but here is the moment that matters. Can they stop Eldon from scoring? It's 4th and goal from the 2, and this is where the defensive line and the linebacking core really needs to step up.
Mustang is going to go for it. Hallsville, the front 7, has held strong for the most part early in this contest. Trying to do so one more time. Pistol formation. Hines, Hammond in the backfield, and a timeout beforehand taken by Hallsville.
Well, an interesting call there as it came out of the quarter break on the 3rd down, so you get just one play in between, but maybe didn't like what he saw on the defensive side, and Coach Stevens said, all right, I'm going to take some time here and make sure that my guys are ready to go. They've been looking strong today, and I think more than anything, maybe it's a reward for how good that they've looked as well.
I think you saw trips right in the formation, 3 receivers to the right, 1 man in the backfield, nobody to the left. Looked like Eldon was going to go to the air. I think that would have been the first passing attempt for Eldon of the night. So trying to get his defense prepared if that's the case.
Well, Eldon, not a team that's thrown the ball all too many times, just 37 attempts through 4 games. And
less than 10 a game.
Yeah, we'll have to see when they're going to go to the air, because they do it about 9 times a game, but still haven't seen it tonight.
Coming back, similar formation, 2 receivers to the right. Same duo, Hines, Hammond in the backfield. The Mustangs going to go for it. Man in motion to the left, fakes the handoff. Hines takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Eldon.
And that was great blocking, but also the pre-snap motion, able to throw off Hallsville just enough because you couldn't quite count out Brisbane getting the handoff there. And that's why having so many guys that can run the ball is such a huge deal for this Eldon team.
So Eldon getting on the board early on in this second quarter. It's going to be Hayden Dugan on to attempt the PAT. The kick is up, and it is good. The score 14-7 Hallsville with 11:13 remaining in this half.
And that's the way that you cap off a key drive as well. I mean, a drive that took over 4 minutes for Eldon. It was a time-taking drive and eventually able to result in points as well. That's such a big deal for this Eldon team, which had really, in all honesty, I mean, they'd kind of been in the gutter heading into that drive and you know, led up 2 touchdowns. It was a 3-and-out before that, but able to turn things around and get back on the right track. So now that Eldon was able to score the touchdown, can Hallsville stop them from getting momentum? That's the key focus now, is can Hallsville not even necessarily keep doing what they were able to do, but just make sure that Eldon doesn't get a hold of this momentum.
First opportunity tonight for Hallsville, trying to respond, see if they can put some more points on the board after the Eldon score. 2 men back deep for Hallsville. Their kicker, again, that's Hayden Dugan, is on, and the kick is up and away. This one short, bouncing around the 25, taken toward the right side, trying to find his way through some blockers, and brought down around the 33-yard line. That's going to be Gabe Jenkins.
Yeah, Gabe Jenkins, another good return there, and he's continued to show off his ability as a kick returner. Couple of them this game now, and he had entered this one with just 2 kick returns on the season, but those kick returns averaged 24 yards on the returns, so he's been solid with efficiency and continues to show off the shiftiness there, although the ball just at the 31. We'll see if he'll have a bigger breakaway sometime later.
Hallsville, 11:07 on the clock in this second quarter. They're going 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, empty backfield. Man in motion is Burks. Fakes the handoff, and running up the middle for a gain of about 5 is the quarterback, Cunningham.
And that Hallsville O-line really taking a step forward this game. It's been opening so many gaps here. And with the struggles that the run game's had, I mean, this is a huge performance so far. And a lot of these guys have a lot to be proud of, but obviously it's still early on, and they can't give away anything at this point in time.
So 2nd and 6 from the Hallsville 36-yard line. Man in motion. Keeper by Cunningham, moves out to his right, but tackled again. Gain of about 1 will make it 3rd and 5.
And that one not quite having the same success. Eldon seemed to be ready for the QB keeper, not really focusing on anyone else at that point. And maybe Hallsville going to have to get ready to throw the ball again. It seemed like it'd been a while since they threw it, but back on those first couple of drives, it was the passing game that really opened things up.
So the first opportunity for Eldon to get a 3-and-out in this matchup. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield. Cunningham fakes the snap, now a man in motion, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, has a man over the middle, going deep, tipped up and intercepted by Eldon. They're moving again to the 35, tackled. And it looks like that was number 6, Drayden DeLong, the cornerback for Eldon, who makes the interception, the tip, he makes the grab, and Eldon sets up with an opportunity. Scoring a touchdown here would tie it up in Hallsville territory.
A bit underthrown on that play right there, and Christopher Johnson was the man in coverage who tipped it initially. DeLong was there to pick it up. I mean, that's teamwork as a defensive core, but And this goes back to what I was saying. You can't let Eldon snatch the momentum, and it seems like they're en route to doing so.
Eldon back out there. Hines drops back to pass for the first time tonight. Looking for a man deep downfield. Can't quite make the connection. Chase Atkinson had the ball in his hands, but can't reel it in. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and that's good coverage right there defensively from Hallsville, as you ended up seeing Hank Heller really being the one to step up. Heller, not one of the guys that's listed as a starter, but, I mean, he's been making some plays this season, has an interception on the year, and, not nearly, but he made a big play.
Trips to the right, one man in the backfield alongside Hines. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, trying to run up the middle, but quickly pushed backwards and down to the ground for no gain. 3rd down and 10.
Drew Hines just a little bit indecisive there. It felt like after he broke that first tackle, kind of waited and nothing was there to form. Hallsville just able to get to him.
3rd down and 10. At the Hallsville 38, Timmy Trumpet on the speakers. Indians looking to stop this drive quickly. Now under 9 minutes on the clock in this 2nd quarter. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Man in motion for Eldon, coming across to his right, and the ball is out! Recovered by Hallsville to the 35, 30, 20, 15, 10. He's taking it all the way to the house. Hallsville touchdown!
What a huge play for the Indians. My goodness, and you talk about team defense. That was the definition right there. A forced fumble by Brody Brown, and then picked up and ran all the way into the end zone.
And it looked like that was number 55, Carter Giesler, who picked that one up, ran it for the scoop and score. And just as quickly as Eldon gained a little bit of momentum, Hallsville takes it all right back.
And now the Hallsville PAT team, it appears, is going to come out here even after Klossick missed the PAT earlier in the game. And I'll be interested to see how they're able to respond.
Coming on, number 51 for Hallsville. It's Connor George. Now a timeout taken by the Indians.
Yeah, and that a little bit of miscommunication there, and not a happy timeout call from Coach Stevens, because you never really want to call a timeout on a PAT attempt, but I mean, a point is a point, and if you can make sure that you get one and you're worried about losing that point, that's the last timeout of the half for the Indians as well. And so they've used all 3 timeouts already, whereas Eldon still has all 3 of theirs. That could be an advantage here as we come near the end of the first half.
Well, you hear football coaches talk about that middle 8 in the game, final 4 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 4 of the 3rd quarter. When you have those 3 timeouts at the end of the first half, makes it a lot easier to try and manage that clock and make the most of that middle 8.
Let's see here. They tried the Wildcat formation last time, and it appears like they might do something similar here. Jack Wooden and Abe Rhodes back out on the field.
Looking toward the sideline.
Maybe some trickery here with Abe Rhodes back in at quarterback.
2 receivers out wide to the right, 1 to the left. Abe Rhodes in the Wildcat. Takes the snap, moves right, moves back, cuts inside, down toward the goal line, and the 2-point conversion is good.
And another big one for the Indians as Rhodes is able to punch it in. And, man, Abe Rhodes right now, he's looking like that gadget player that you really love to have on your squad.
22-7, an offensive explosion from Hallsville in this first half. Still 8:40 remaining in the 2nd quarter. And we'll see what the Hallsville defense has in store after the scoop and score.
They're almost at a season high in points scored in a game, and it's not even the end of the first half. their season high 28 points against Centralia here back in week 2. It was a 28-36 final in that game, and well, Hallsville's already got 22 in this one. I tell you what, Hallsville, well, I'm not going to say anything right now. I don't want to be the jinx.
Jack Wooden getting ready to kick this one off for Hallsville. 3 men back deep for Eldon. Wooden kicks it off, just the squib right up the middle. Eldon takes it. That's number 2 on the return. Cuts upfield to about the 45 before he's taken down. That number 2 being Bryce Berenzen on the return for Eldon.
And Berenzen's been a little bit quiet today. You expect to see him on the defensive side, but he also had a 40-yard rushing touchdown last week and was a big part of that game, even though Eldon did go down with a loss, and a big one at that. But he was part of the offense that was still able to manage some points.
Eldon starting out just shy of the Hallsville 45. That wishbone formation taken, handing off to the right side, trying to cut upfield, but stopped at the line is number 13, Colin Brisbane.
Man, Brisbane just hasn't been as effective. Really, nobody's been that effective on this Eldon rushing game, and it goes back to, what I was saying earlier. This Hallsville defensive line against the run has been really, really good. That front 7, all things considered, against the run have been huge and continuing to do so in this game.
2 receivers out, right shotgun formation. Hines keeping it, pauses to get some blockers, lands forward for a gain of 3, and another 3rd down.
And this one in 3rd and a little bit longer than they would have hoped for. The 3rd and 6 coming up. And at some point in time, you got to open up the passing game. I know they tried to do so. The last time that they tried to do so, it was a strip sack and a near 55-yard return touchdown, but you can't let that be the reason you go away from throwing the ball.
Man in motion now, bunched up formation. 3 receivers close to the line. Fakes the handoff. Hines keeping it. Lefty's got room to run to the outside. Going to get the first down and a little bit more. Tackle made. But a first down for Eldon.
I like that little.
Was Hank Keller on the tackle for Hallsville.
Like that little stiff arm attempt as well from Drew Hines right at the end there. Maybe gained him a couple of extra yards. I mean, it's not one of those huge Derrick Henry stiff arms that you're going to see, but hey, anything to get you some extra yards, Drew Hines, he's going to be able to do it.
The Mustangs now 1st and 10 from the Hallsville 42. 7:10 on the clock in this second quarter. Wishbone formation, handing it off, rush to the left side, getting outside with some room, now tackled out of bounds. Again by Hank Keller. Is number 13, Colin Brisbane, more productive there. That gets him about halfway to the first down. 2nd and 5.
And that's another good run from the Eldon offense, but one of the first good runs that we've seen from a running back or from a non-quarterback player, because Drew Hines has been really the biggest part of this offense so far. I mean, as expected, but you also expect to get a lot of production from elsewhere, and today we haven't seen that too much, but that's what has them down here in good position.
Now we're going to get the first time out, this time from Eldon, ahead of a 2nd and 5. 7:05 remaining in this second quarter.
And a 22-7 game for Hallsville. They're feeling pretty confident right now with the way that things have been going and really the way that the offense has been looking. It's looked so much more like what we saw last year under Braden Matheny. I think you've really seen the playbook open up as well to Landon Cunningham offensively, but obviously you can't discount what a 55-yard return fumble recovery touchdown is going to do for your team. I mean, that's going to do so much for your confidence right now, but still, the defense they've got to step up, but I think they like being out here right now. The way that things have been going defensively, they like being on the field. They're trying to be that player that makes the big play. You know, you're looking at Hank Heller, who made a couple of good plays, a couple of tackles, a couple of pass defense, and you're looking at the defensive line getting some sacks. We're going to see who's coming up next.
Only Hines in the backfield here. Moving to his right, the short pass, incomplete. Attempted to connect with DeLong. Now 3rd and 5.
That's a bit of a surprise right there because, I mean, that's a relatively simple pass. Obviously, you're trying to hit your man in motion, but not able to do so. And Eldon right now, I mean, that offense, they got to get things moving along.
And it feels like a big opportunity right here for this Eldon team. Want to make sure that it is a manageable score heading into halftime. Hallsville, an opportunity to continue with the momentum. T formation, handing off to Brisbane. Now keeping it instead is the quarterback. Breaks a tackle, brought down around the 17-yard line for a first down is Drew Hines.
And that broken tackle, it's not like the stiff arm earlier. That one was huge, resulted in a ton of extra yards there, maybe 7 or so on that play. And, I mean, that's exactly what you want to see out of your quarterback, and that's why he's been so explosive this year.
Trips to the right of the formation. One man alongside Hines in the backfield. Man in motion moving left. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Pressure in the backfield. Throws it up, intercepted by Hallsville. Tackled around the 20-yard line, but an interception for the Indians. Back-to-back turnovers.
You would never guess who just made that interception. It's the man who does everything. Abe Rhodes coming out and playing defense. Oh, man. What a play. And really showing off tonight.
Rhodes able to use his offensive skills, his skills as a tight end to make sure he held on to that ball for the interception. And now Hallsville coming back out, 6:22 on the clock. Man in motion to the left, faking the handoff and moving upfield. Getting a first down on the very first play of the drive is Chase Cunningham.
And look at that explosiveness from Cunningham.
And Landon Cunningham, my apologies.
I mean, just exploding out of the backfield. There was no slowing him down. That's what you have him back there for. Obviously, the arm is great, but that running, that's what makes him a different type of quarterback for this Hallsville offense.
So Landon Cunningham, not Chase Cunningham, goes to throw, first down, connects with the receiver. Short gain of about 2 on first down. And that was Gabe Jenkins on the reception.
Yeah, not too bad of a play there. You get a couple of yards. I mean, that's the type of quote-unquote run play that you get to see from this Hallsville offense every once in a while.
So now 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Empty backfield. Cunningham rolling out right, goes to throw, connects with Lawson Burks. That's going to be another Hallsville first down.
Beautiful play and catch by Lawson Burks. He had to come back to the ball and dive down. He had to get the hands underneath it. That's a lot more of a difficult catch than you'd think. To get your hands underneath the ball, to bring it in while you're falling forward, coming back toward the ball. I mean, that is focus and security from Lawson Burks.
So now the first down at the Hallsville 43. 2 receivers to the right. Multiple men in the backfield. Man in motion to the left. The pitch. Moving to his left, gaining some momentum and bowling forward for a gain of about 5 or 6 is Dalvin Smith.
Yeah, and in a game where you lead by 15 points, you really want to get that run going, and that's what a pitch like that will do. It's just start getting this offense into a point where you can put it a little bit more in cruise control. You're not right there yet, but you got to be able to put it in cruise control later in the game if you are able to continue to build on this lead. Obviously, you hope to come up by 3 scores, and at that point, you can put it more so in cruise control. Right now, you're still in a close game.
Nobody in the backfield. Cunningham taking the snap, throws it out wide, but a drop by the Hallsville receivers. I believe the first drop today will make it 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier, making those comebacker routes. I mean, those aren't easy catches. Jack Stockamp not able to bring that one in. But, I mean, it's a good throw from Landon Cunningham. That's what you want to see out of your quarterback. He's seemingly been a little bit more connected with his receivers at knowing where they're going to be here ever since those couple of missed connections earlier in the game.
Cunningham alongside Rhodes in the backfield. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. 2 to the left. Cunningham takes the snap, looks to throw, throws it deep along the right side, intended for Gabe Jenkins. Can't connect, and it's 4th down.
And Gabe Jenkins right there. I mean, he had his man, but so did Lawson Burks. Both of them had him deep, but just had to make the decision. I think there might have been a little bit of indecision on which receiver to choose because they were both so open, and it resulted in him maybe overthinking that play a little bit and ultimately overthrew his men.
Looks like Hallsville is getting ready to go for it. Man in motion, Jenkins to the right. Cunningham takes the snap, throws back left, and some room to run. Abe Rhodes moving for the first down. He's going to get into Eldon territory all the way to the Mustangs 37. Creative play design gets the first.
Eldon fans are certainly tired of hearing that name. I tell you what, Abe Rhodes has just been all over it. But, I mean, another beautifully designed play right there by head coach Paul Stevens for this Hallsville Indians team. I mean, you fake that play, and it's a throw that you look to go to the right side, but the referee's discussing things right here, and we'll see what happens.
A penalty on the play. They're moving the ball backward. And it looks like the gain is going to be nullified. A 5-yard penalty. So now 4th down at the Hallsville 44. 4th and 9. And we'll see the decision. Will they go safe? Will they be aggressive? Now under 4 minutes remaining in this quarter. And Hallsville looks like they're going to go for it. Empty backfield, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Cunningham looking to the sideline. Receives the snap, almost bobbles it, now throws it out. Making one man misses. Dalvin Smith, he's wrapped up for a tackle. And now a turnover on downs.
Well, it was a solid gain, and Dalvin Smith a lot of times is going to be able to break a tackle, but, I mean, it was just good hands by Eldon to be able to bring him down and get the ball back in their possession.
So 1st and 10 right around midfield, the Hallsville 49 for Eldon. One man in the backfield, the man in motion. Taking the snap, handing it off to the running back, making one, now 2 men miss. Bouncing out to the left side is Drayden DeLong. Finally brought down around the 25 for a big gain on the first play of the drive.
And Drayden DeLong finally having that big breakoff play that he's been waiting all night for. But Hallsville right now, I mean, they still lead by 15, 22-7. And as the end of the first half comes down, you want to remain up by 2 scores. So this drive, very important here. Worth noting, Hallsville did start with the ball on offense. And so Eldon will start the second half.
Faking the handoff, keeping it himself, but getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage is Drew Hines. Jack Wooden on the tackle.
And that was all Wooden's strength right there. Going up, grabbing the quarterback, and taking his entire body weight on himself.
German suplex.
That's how you make a tackle.
2nd and 10. About 2:30 remaining on the clock in this half. Not too much of a time concern right now with Eldon at the 24. Pistol formation, the man in motion is Brisbane. Fakes the handoff, keeping it, and stumbling over an offensive lineman is Drew Hines. Had the potential for more, but he stumbled over his left tackle.
Still ends up being a solid gain there, but not nearly what you had wanted.
3rd down and 8. Mustangs have it at the 22-yard line of Hallsville. Pistol formation, 2 receivers out to the right. Heavy formation on the line. Gonna keep it, but stopped at the line. Getting into the backfield again was Jack Wooden. And the quarterback Hines never had an opportunity to use his legs. 4th down.
Such a huge stop for that Hallsville defense, and now you get in a position where it's 4th and 10. You got a good chance to make the stop, but you can't think about that. Right now, you got to treat this as any other down.
4th and 10. The Hallsville crowd rising to its feet with 70 seconds remaining. Eldon looking to the sideline for the play. They're going to try and draw this clock out. 1 second on the clock and a Mustangs timeout.
And that a smart timeout there for the Mustangs. They have plenty of timeouts to use. You got to use them. They don't carry over. And
trying to make sure that Hallsville doesn't have the opportunity to go the other way and put any more points on the board before the end of this half.
Exactly. You need to get this first down, because if you don't, there's a good chance with the Hallsville offense, the way they're able to air out the ball, they could certainly go down the field and score. But if Eldon's able to get this first down, they're going to be the last team to hold the ball in the first half unless they score, in which case you're more than okay giving Hallsville the ball back whenever, because that means that you have it a one-score game.
1 timeout remaining for Eldon as the Indians take the field. A 4th down and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And once in a while, we do see Coach Stevens send pressure on a play like this. Would be a little bit surprising for a lot of coaches, but I wouldn't be shocked if Coach Stevens decides to blitz.
The pressure has gotten to the Mustangs so far. 2 turnovers. Looking potentially for another one. Wishbone formation, pressure in the backfield, forced out right, throwing to an open receiver for the first down, breaking 1 tackle, falling forward to the 10-yard line is number 14, Brendan Wilson. A big-time play from the quarterback gets Eldon the first and goal.
And it's exactly what I said. Certainly a blitz that you don't see all the time, but that's the problem with calling a blitz every once in a while on a play like that, is it opens up receivers downfield.
Multiple men in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right. Going to the option, keeping it. Still on his feet, trying to move forward. There's a scrummage. That's not the word I'm looking for. Scrum. Pardon me. And a timeout taken by Eldon. Hines continuing to move forward. Gets himself a gain of about 5 to make it 2nd and goal at the 5 with 25 seconds remaining.
Well, the good thing about this situation is that Eldon is a very run-heavy team. They just called their last timeout right there. They have no more timeouts left, I believe. But if that is the case, I know the scoreboard still shows one. It had showed one last time. I don't know if they had adjusted. But regardless, 25 seconds to go. If you can tackle them in bounds, you get that clock to drain off, and indeed there are 0 timeouts left. But that'll be huge because it'll make them rush their next play, in which case Hallsville would have the advantage if they're able to, of course, tackle them in bounds.
Coming out of the timeout, 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Pistol formation in the backfield. Hammond alongside the quarterback Hines. Man in motion to the left, faking the handoff, looking to throw up the middle for a touchdown is Hines. Connects with his receiver. And the 2nd touchdown of the game for the Mustangs.
Chase Atkinson on the reception, and man, a great route. And well, I talk about a run-heavy team. They did not run the ball there, and exactly what happens when you run the ball so much is, well, the Hallsville defense is going to commit to that, and they did and it left a man open in the end zone for a touchdown, and we're back to being a one-score game if this PAT is good.
Looking for the PAT. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good as well. The score 22-14 with 21 seconds on the clock here in Hallsville.
Well, that's plenty of time, right? Well, I wouldn't be shocked to see Hallsville.
Well, hey, there was a 12-second drive for a touchdown earlier.
Yeah, you never know. It will take a big play, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Hallsville. Hallsville is going to try and push down the field, but the question is whether or not they really try and return the ball on the kickoff. If they can get a good return on the kickoff, that'll certainly set up a potentially scoring drive. But more than anything, you're just making sure don't turn over the ball. You turn over the ball, and that is a huge mistake here in only an 8-point game.
So Hallsville getting ready for what will be the last drive of this half. Gabe Jenkins, Lawson Burks back deep for the Indians. 21 seconds remaining. And again, it's going to be Hayden Dugan kicking it off for Eldon. We are back underway. A squib kick taken. Now diving on it, it goes actually out of bounds. Multiple Hallsville players tried to pick the ball up. Nobody was able to. And I think that's a good thing because that might have been a fumble. The question here, because it did go out of bounds, did an Indians player touch the ball? And based on the placement of the ball, it looks like they're going to say somebody did. Hallsville starting out as the referees try and place this ball.
Well, you want to make sure that you get the call right here. Push them back as far as they're supposed to be, and now it looks like the ball at the 20. So
the ball at the 19-yard line to start things out.
Well, they were standing on the wrong spot. That's not my fault.
Multiple men in the backfield. Cunningham going to keep it himself, running up the middle. Has a couple of blockers, breaks outside to the right. He's dragging a defender, and he's got the first down at the 33-yard line. 10 seconds on the clock. They spot the ball. Cunningham, multiple men out wide, empty backfield, looking to pass. Tries to find the receiver. That was Dalvin Smith on the crossing route, short. Can't make the connection. Now 2 seconds left on the clock.
So you do get a Hail Mary attempt here, and really one of the first that you're going to get to see out of Landon Cunningham. And, well, we did see a successful Hail Mary last season from Hallsville's Braden Matheny. Well, you never know. Maybe you'll see another prayer answered tonight.
One receiver to the right, four to the left. Cunningham just going to make the short pass to Gabe Jenkins, who's brought down around the 43-yard line. And that's going to conclude this first half. Hallsville takes a 22-14 lead into halftime.
Yeah, not too bad of a first half there, and we'll talk a little bit more out of it when we come back and prepare for the second half of action. But certainly one where you saw the Hallsville offense step up in a way that we really haven't seen them before. But more than that, the defense really showed off right until the very end right there. And we'll see what these two teams kind of look like coming out of the locker rooms, because there certainly could be some good adjustments here, but we'll have to wait and see. Well, when we come back, we're going to go ahead and hit a quick break. This is Hallsville Indians football on the Show Me Sports Network.
At Hallsville School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Join Hallsville School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit hallsville.org and click on the employment link under Our District tab.
Attention Indians fans, here's your chance to help the student-athletes of Hallsville by becoming a member of the Hallsville Athletic Boosters. Your gifts help provide all Hallsville athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Hallsville Athletic Boosters this season for as little as $25. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Hallsville Athletic Boosters or email them at hallsvilleathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Indians!
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Power equipment is always cool, always. Well, unless it's not working, then power equipment is expensive. Always. Unless you get it checked with Salter Lawn Service. Don't worry about saving up for something new. Just let the experienced experts at Salter Lawn Service repair your small engines, with pickup and delivery available, saving you time and saving your wallet.
Hey, this is Stacy Salter with Salter Lawn Service. One call, we do it all. You can find us at salterlawnservice.com.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
We need you. We need you. We need you.
We need you, now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
At Southern Boone School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Our students need you. Join Southern Boone School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit ashland.k12.mo.us and click on the Employment tab.
At the Southern Boone Area YMCA, we're more than a gym. We're a community. From youth sports that teach teamwork and confidence, to group fitness classes that bring energy and encouragement, to programs that support your health and well-being at every age. The Y is here for you. Join your neighbors, your friends, your family, and discover how the Y can help you grow stronger in spirit, mind, and body. The Southern Boone Area YMCA is where community comes together. Stop by and see us at 405 South Main Street in Ashland, or give us a call at 573-657-9622. Southern Boone Area YMCA, here for good.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia, or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of the Show Me Sports Network under the broadcasting rights granted therein. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the Show Me Sports Network. Announcers are provided by the Show Me Sports Network.
Been brought to you by
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazway.
There's no better way to celebrate a special event or show someone just how important they are to you than gifting them something handcrafted from Country with a Heart. Handmade in mid-Missouri, Country with a Heart specializes in hand-built woodworking projects for every occasion. Their design collection includes children's furniture, doll furniture, household items, holiday decor, outdoor decorations, custom projects, and everything in between. To view their full inventory of projects, visit countrywithaheart.com and find them on Facebook by joining the Country with a Heart group page.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie!
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
At Hallsville School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Join Hallsville School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit hallsville.org and click on the employment link under Our District tab.
Attention Indians fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Hallsville by becoming a member of the Hallsville Athletic Boosters. Your gifts help provide all Hallsville athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Hallsville Athletic Boosters this season for as little as $25. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Hallsville Athletic Boosters or email them at hallsvilleathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Indians!
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Power equipment is always cool, always. Well, unless it's not working, then power equipment is expensive. Always. Unless you get it checked with Salter Lawn Service. Don't worry about saving up for something new. Just let the experienced experts at Salter Lawn Service repair your small engines. With pickup and delivery available, saving you time and saving your wallet.
Hey, this is Stacy Salter with Salter Lawn Service. One call, we do it all. You can find us at salterlawnservice.com.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
We need you. We need you. We need you.
We need you now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
At Southern Boone School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Our students need you. Join Southern Boone School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit ashland.k12.mo.us and click on the Employment tab.
At the Southern Boone Area YMCA, we're more than a gym. We're a community. From youth sports that teach teamwork and confidence, to group fitness classes that bring energy and encouragement, to programs that support your health and well-being at every age, the Y is here for you. Join your neighbors, your friends, your family, and discover how the Y can help you grow stronger in spirit, mind, and body. The Southern Boone Area YMCA is where community comes together. Stop by and see us at 405 South Main Street in Ashland, or give us a call at 573-657-9622. Southern Boone Area YMCA, here for good.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
To express your unique style, how about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazway.
There's no better way to celebrate a special event or show someone just how important they are to you than gifting them something handcrafted from Country with a Heart. Handmade in mid-Missouri, Country with a Heart specializes in hand-built woodworking projects for every occasion. Their design collection includes children's furniture, doll furniture, household items, holiday decor, outdoor decorations, custom projects, and everything in between. To view their full inventory of projects, visit countrywithaheart.com and find them on Facebook by joining the Country with a Heart group page.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
At Hallsville School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Join Hallsville School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit hallsville.org and click on the employment link under Our District tab.
I don't know. I'm in a good mood right now. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for joining us as we welcome you back into Hallsville Indians football here on the Show Me Sports Network. I'm having a good time. I'm Austin Thomas. I'm joined by Matt Gustafson. Matt, you're having a good time as well, aren't you?
I'm at a pretty good time. Maybe not as good a time as you, but
maybe
I don't think that says anything about me. I think that says more about how good of a time you're having as Hallsville leads 22-14 heading into this second half.
Well, it was nice to take a little bit of a break at halftime, and I'm sure it was for those guys out on the field as well, although they're warming back up, getting ready to roll. The Eldon team warming up in their own end zone as Hallsville takes the field to get some practice reps in before the start of the second half.
By the way, we haven't even kicked off the second half.
No.
And Abe Rhodes' night just got better. Homecoming king.
He's
got a touchdown, or rather a 2-point reception.
Well, he does have a touchdown himself as well. Yeah, he ran it in for the touchdown.
Ran it in for the touchdown.
Through the
2-point reception. Conversion, pardon me. Got an interception and is now homecoming king. We'll see if he continue to make this a good night in this second half.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I anticipate him to continue doing so. He also did get a reception as well, about 15 yards earlier in the game, too. So we'll see if he can keep up his strong game. And a strong night for him, to say the least of it. He's going to be, regardless of the way that this game goes, they need to be celebrating Abe Rhodes after tonight. Because he's certainly been he's had a breakout year as well. I mean, a guy that really came into this one, didn't have too much expectations, but he was a guy that's previously been on this football team, decided to come back this year, and of course, he's now making a huge impact on this squad. I mean, he had entered this game having had 195 receiving yards over 4 games. That's about 50 receiving yards a night, but that doesn't even take into account some of the other ways that he's been able to impact the game. Just incredible stuff from him and from the rest of the guys as well, specifically that Hallsville defensive line and the pressure that they've been able to create. Loved seeing what they've been able to do there.
Yeah, it's been a lot of tackles for loss on this Hallsville defensive line, and especially Jack Wooden. He has showed out tonight. There was one drive he had 2 tackles for loss during a stretch of 3 plays. Back to that offensive side for a minute, though. Landon Cunningham's got to be pretty close at this point to getting to that 1,000-yard threshold.
Yeah, I'm sure that he is, if not already there, based on the way that this game's been going. But that's not got to be the focus right now. Your focus has got to be on winning the game, and winning the game any way that you can do it. And, of course, I think you care more about total yardage than you do about passing yards specifically. And he had already crossed that 1,000-yard total yardage marker last week. He was up to 1,200 total yards. So really his focus right now is just on winning a football game and getting as many touchdowns as he can as well. Because right now the offense, just 2 touchdowns. The other touchdown came from a 55-yard touchdown recovery return. And that's what's got Hallsville up the 8 points that they are right now.
Now, you mentioned the total yardage, and that's something we haven't necessarily seen yet from Cunningham. The passing game has been very good. For Cunningham, at least, the running game has been all right. It hasn't quite been where we saw it last week. As we get ready to kick off this second half, And we are back underway in Hallsville. One returner taking it back, moving to the left sideline and pushed out of bounds by Hallsville. That one around the 29-yard line. So Eldon will get the ball for the first offensive drive out of the half.
Yeah, and Eldon, a chance to tie the game. This is a huge opportunity from when they trailed 22-7 earlier in the night, and that was really that was with 8:40 to go in the second quarter. It really felt that they were kind of dead in the water, but able to keep fighting through and get back on top.
So 3 receivers out right, 1 to the left, pistol formation. Handoff, keeping it now is the quarterback. He's going to end up advancing about 6 yards on the play. Now 2nd and 4.
And Drew Hines tumbling over the tackler and able to create maybe an extra 2 yards out of that dive forward. So, a big play, and Drew Hines, he's shown off that ability to get extra yards. You mentioned Landon Cunningham hasn't really done that. He hasn't had the explosive plays, but he's been able to create extra yardage like that. You just haven't seen the 15, 20-yard carries.
Now 2nd and 3, handoff to the right side. DeLong out to the right with some space. A big tackle by the cornerback, Lawson Burks, a first down on to Hallsville's 44-yard line. But again, the tackle by Burks stopping it from potentially being a lot worse.
Yeah, and an open field tackle at that. It's a tough play to make, but Lawson Burks, there's a reason he's playing on the field. There's a reason he's out there at that safety position, and it's to make sure that you don't have somebody go off for a play like that.
Hines and along in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The snap, taking it himself is Hines, moving to the left, stopped toward the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 1, 2nd and 9.
Well, you see Hines, he likes to lean forward so that he can get those extra yards. However, it seemed like he might have done it a little bit early there and then ended up losing his balance as he was so focused on making sure that he did it before he made contact that he did it way before he made contact.
22-14 game. Still plenty of time remaining in this third quarter. Hallsville showing pressure, and Hines going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 makes it 3rd and 11.
Another huge play for that Hallsville defensive line. This is exactly how you got to start the half here. And a key opportunity yet again to show off that defense is just as good as they were in the first half.
3 men in the backfield, 2 running backs alongside Hines, 1 receiver each to the left and the right. Now the snap, faking it, rolling out right, but pressured, getting sacked is Hines, a loss of about 10, but hold your horses. There is a yellow flag on the field.
Right at the end of the play, and we'll see if this goes against Eldon.
A face mask penalty on the Hallsville defense.
Ooh, absolute killer right there.
So the ball now placed at midfield. And they will replay the down, 3rd and 15. Trips to the right, no receivers to the left. Man in the backfield alongside Drew Hines. Hines with the snap, pressured immediately, rolling out to his right, keeping it, getting close to the marker, but he is forced out of bounds, and he will be short.
Incredible blitz by Wyatt Morris right there. Just got immediately through the offensive line. But that's what makes Hines so good, is his ability to recognize the pressure and escape the pocket as quickly as it collapses.
Now 4th and 3 at the Hallsville 37-yard line. The line to gain for the first, and Eldon will go for it, is the Hallsville 39. 1 receiver out wide to the right, 2 to the left. 1 man in the backfield. Man in motion, moving right, taking the snap. Hines looking left, rolls out to his left, trying for the first down, bowling forward, and he's got it. Hines looking for his receiver to the left, nothing there, and he keeps it himself for the first down.
Well, the Hallsville defense playing a little bit conservatively right there, not pushing forward to try and stop him, just making sure that he wouldn't break free. And I'm not sure how opposed to that I am. A little bit surprising because it is fourth down, but at the same point in time, you know Drew Hines could very easily have potentially broken that tackle if you're not set in stone.
First down now at the 38-yard line. Handing it off is Hines. Running back bounces outside, trying to gain the edge, but he can't. A shoestring tackle. And we'll try to get you the number. It looks like that was...
Yeah, Dalvin Smith on the tackle there.
Smith.
I mean, what a play, a shoestring tackle. He was reached out, and, I mean, those are strong hands right there to be able to tackle Brisbane like that.
2nd and 11 now. From the 39, rather 34. Eldon out of the huddle, bunched up formation. DeLong in the backfield alongside Hines. 3 receivers close to the line to the right. Handing it off, but no room to run for Cale Hammond. Another tackle for loss by this Hallsville defense makes it 3rd and long.
Peasley and Brody Brown combining on that one. Brody Brown, he had the strip sack earlier in the game. He gets another TFL here. I mean, what a night. What a night for the front 7 from Hallsville.
We get a substitution here late by this Hallsville defense. 3rd down. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers out left, 1 to the right. Quick throw to the right side. Reception by Chase Atkinson, not going to be enough. Gain of about 5. Now 4th down and 10, and we'll see what the Mustangs do.
Well, I don't think that pass was to get the first down, but it certainly wasn't only to get 5 yards. It was to try and make it more of a 4th and 7 or less than that. Getting it to a 4th and 10, that's certainly not the way that you draw up the play.
Trips to the right. Man in the slot on the left side. 1 man in the backfield to snap, but before that, a timeout taken by Hallsville.
And Hallsville using the timeout early here in the second half in a close game. That's a little bit more of a risky call than using your timeouts early in the first half. If it comes down to a late game situation here, obviously in the first half it doesn't really matter as much, so what, you lose a couple points. But if you know that a touchdown will put you over the top and you don't have a timeout at the end of the game, that's when it certainly comes back to bite you. So a little bit more of a surprise to see Coach Stevens using his timeout early here. But just one of them, never going to kill your team. I would be a little bit surprised if we saw a second one used here in the third quarter.
And I'd imagine didn't like what he saw, did Paul Stevens, on that play. Again, we haven't seen a ton of passes from Eldon, and they've had limited success when they've gone to the air. Ahead of a 4th and 10, 6:38 remaining in this third quarter, with Hallsville leading 22-14.
Well, you mentioned didn't like the look. I'm surprised because I didn't see any really pre-snap movement from that Hallsville defense. It looked like they were set to me.
Eldon coming back out. Looks like a similar formation. Confusion on the offensive side, and now a timeout, this time from Eldon.
And that one, kind of the opposite of what I said from the Hallsville side. There was clear confusion from Eldon, and obviously you're not going to want to get set up there when you see your guys kind of running around saying, I don't know where I'm supposed to go here. That was a smart timeout call from Eldon, and to that point, hey, Hallsville used one timeout, so now Eldon's used a timeout, you're back even. It ends up being a net neutral.
It all evens out.
Well, we'll see what the score is at the end of the game, and whoever ends up on top, they'll say that they won this decision.
So still in that timeout, 22-14 your score, an 8-point lead for the Indians. Ahead of a play that could be a momentum swing. Trying to get the turnover on downs. This would be a big fourth down conversion for Eldon. Trips to the left this time. One man out wide to the right. Running back in the backfield. In motion. The receiver, Hammond, gets it. Makes one man miss. Slides down. And he got tripped up. Did he get the first? He did not. Hallsville just barely comes up with the big stop on fourth down.
Wow. What a mistake right there. Cale Hammond, he had the first down after breaking a couple tackles, but slid at the end, and I don't know if that was intentional. I'd have to imagine he just ended up tripping before he went down, and not the play that you want to see right there, a turnover on downs.
Hallsville offense back out, man in motion, quarterback keeper, but stopped at the line is Cunningham, and that will be for no gain.
And trying to go with that, you mentioned it at halftime, Landon Cunningham really hasn't been finding those big plays on the ground. We're still waiting to see that here, but they're not shying away from him.
So 2nd and 10 now from the 25-yard line. Trips to the left, two receivers out right, empty backfield. Cunningham takes the snap, looks right, makes the throw, but it's out wide, nearly intercepted by Eldon. Incomplete, though, to make it 3rd and long.
Ooh, that was nearly a big play from Eldon, nearly a momentum changer, but Hallsville will certainly be glad that it wasn't. Landon Cunningham gets that one back, and it kind of goes back to what it looked like early in the first half when there was a couple of missed connections between Cunningham and his receivers. We'll see if he can get back to what he was doing near the end of that first half, however.
Both sides seemingly trying to get back that offensive momentum out of halftime. 3rd and 10. Jenkins, the man in motion to the right. Cunningham moving right, throws left. Abe Rhodes passes one man. He's got room to run along the left side. One man to beat to the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown! The homecoming king gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Hallsville.
What a play. Abe Rhodes behind the line of scrimmage makes a man miss and shows off the wheels. He might be tall, but that does not make him slow.
The 75-yard touchdown for Abe Rhodes. And now Hallsville preparing to attempt the PAT. Liam Klosik, the kick is up, and it is good. 29-14, Hallsville with the lead. 5:33 to go in this 3rd quarter.
And that kick a little bit low, but hey, he was able to get it through this time. So the first successful PAT of the game for Hallsville, and not a big one because it makes them up 15 points now, which still 2 scores, but, well, you're kind of forcing the hand of that Eldon team to make sure that they go for 2 if they score another touchdown.
An update on Abe Rhodes. Touchdown rushing, 2-point conversion throw. 75-yard touchdown on the receiving end, an interception, and yeah, oh, by the way, he's the homecoming king.
Yeah, could you have thought of any more good things that you could do on a night? I mean, heck, he might enter into the lottery and win a car, I guess, and I guess, that's an option. Not sure how easy it would be for him to enter into a car lottery. He might just go buy a lottery
raffle
ticket.
of some kind,
Yeah.
50-50, split the pot.
Maybe.
Indians getting ready to kick it back off. 3 men back for Eldon. And they go back to that squib kick up the middle. Falling on it is number 4. That's Damian Fisher. The squib kick hit off of his feet. That was nearly an onside recovery of sorts for Hallsville. But Eldon going to get it at their own 37.
Well, that's what Jack Wooden's become so good at, is kicking it off the ground into a spot where it could potentially take that last second bounce, and it did, but his teammates just not able to run to the ball and pick it up.
So pistol formation. Trips to the left, one man to the right. Handoff. A limited gain by Eldon on first down. Gain of about 2 yards. Looks like that was the running back, Drayden DeLong, who took the handoff. 2nd and 8.
We'll see how the Hallsville defense will stand on their second drive of the second half. It was a good first drive, but we'll see if they can stand strong again.
Trips to the right now, one man out to the left in the slot. Pistol formation again, it's DeLong. Moving to his right, pressured. It's the halfback screen, dropping the pass is DeLong. He had some room to run if he could haul it in, unable to, and it's 3rd down and 8 with 4:44 in the third quarter.
And that goes back to the play earlier in the first half where you saw Hines try to drop it off to his running back DeLong, and Hines had thrown it a little bit too hard. It was a laser and it was overthrown. He takes some air off it. DeLong just not able to bring it in.
Wishbone formation. 2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers out to the left. Faking the handoff, moving left is Hines, looking for a receiver. Makes the throw. Is it complete? No, it's not. The ball hit the ground, an incomplete pass. And 4th down, another stop by this Hallsville defense.
Well, at this spot in the game, it feels like you got to go for it. Already shown the willingness to go for it on 4th down, and even though you're pushed back in your own territory, you're down 2 scores. You can't really afford to give the ball back to this Hallsville offense, which has been putting up points and a season-high number of points at that.
Trips to the right, one man to the left. Now Hines going to punt it. Nearly got blocked when he punted it away. It takes a roll all the way to the Hallsville 22.
Not a bad punt at that, but like I mentioned, a little bit surprised that they would end up going for it after already having shown the willingness to go for it on 4th. And, 4th and 8 at that, it's a tough one, but I guess the passing game has not been showing off the way that they would have hoped for it to do so. And so Eldon's just going to have to step back off to the side here and see if they can get that offense ready to go when they come back out on the field.
The Indians take the field with a 15-point lead, 29-14. 4:25 remaining in this third quarter. Trips to the right. Dalvin Smith, the man in motion. Cunningham looks right, throws left to Jack Stockamp. And Stockamp tackled behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of about 5 on first step.
And Stockamp, he didn't cleanly catch the ball. He had it in his grasp, and then it came out, and he went back to go and catch it while it was still in the air. But at that point in time, he already had a defender on him. The smart play would have been to just knock it to the ground if you don't cleanly have it. But that's more of an advanced play, and that's a tough decision to make as well. But ultimately would have resulted in more yards.
2nd and long, quick pass to Dalvin Smith. Gets back that yardage that was lost on the first down play. Gain of about 4, or rather 5, to make it 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, and that's the smart play right there for Hallsville. Go for the short gains in the passing game. And, hey, right now you got it back to within 10 yards. That passing game's been showing off some solid work. Just got to keep trusting it.
3rd and 9. Empty backfield. Looking to pass is Cunningham, and nearly making the reception is Dalvin Smith. Dove out for it, however, unable to hold on. And a 4th down will likely force Hallsville to punt.
And there was a lot of contact there during the route by Dalvin Smith. No call. I think they were equally jockeying for position on the play. Ultimately, Smith still did have a play at the ball, just couldn't bring it in.
Cunningham dropping back to punt. Sends it on his way. Nobody back there. Takes a couple of bounces. Relatively short punt, and it's downed at the 42-yard line in Eldon territory. So 3:03 on that clock. 3:03 remaining in the third quarter. And the Mustangs come back out looking to make this a one-score game.
Yeah, not a bad punt at that from Landon Cunningham. A guy that's averaging just over 30 yards per punt. That one went about 35, so you'll certainly take it, although you definitely can get some more every once in a while if you get lucky with the bounce.
First down and 10. Man in motion to the right. Faking the handoff and pitching it now is Hines. The running back, Drayton DeLong, not able to make anything of that. Another tackle for loss. DeLong goes backwards 2 yards. Now 2nd and 12.
I think that play just was not set up for success for the Eldon side of things. I mean, that one, Hallsville was on every asset on the outside. There was never going to be a shot for that one to come up. I think your best chance would have been to fake the pitch and have Hines try and take it himself up the middle.
Shotgun formation. Faking the handoff to DeLong, moving forward with some room to run along the left side, and plunging forward for the first down is Drew Hines. Getting it to about the 44-yard line in Hallsville territory.
Well, hey, a play late apparently doesn't hurt because you're still able to get the first down out of it. Big play for Drew Hines and showing off those wheels with the run, and we'll see if they keep using him in the run game or how much they try and focus on the passing game as well here on this drive. I expect to see at least one passing play sometime on this drive.
1st and 10, Eldon at the Hallsville 44, approaching 2 minutes on this clock in the third quarter. 29-14 Hallsville advantage, man in motion, faking the handoff, keeping himself again, but a much shorter gain this time is Drew Hines.
Yeah, Hines went down really quickly right there in the backfield and was not able to get that extra yardage we're so used to seeing out of him, and kind of goes back to that one play earlier where Hallsville got the turnover on downs where it seemed like there was just a trip on grass that ended up resulting in short yardage.
2nd and 10. 2 receivers out left, 1 to the right. Pistol formation. 1 man in the backfield. Receiver in motion, looking to pass, hurried out to his left, throwing deep and incomplete. Now a flag comes in late. Intended for Chase Atkinson. The flag thrown downfield, and I'd have to imagine this is going to be called a defensive pass interference.
Well, I don't know because it didn't seem like defensive pass interference to me. The offensive player actually jumped on top of the Hallsville defender, and it was honestly pretty good coverage by Hank Heller on that one, but it does look like they are going to credit the offensive player as, I mean, that is the often call when it comes to a situation like that, but I mean, that to me seemed like a relatively clean play and one that they both were going for the ball.
So an automatic first down, a gain of 15 yards. Will move the ball to the Hallsville 29. 1:15 remaining. Multiple men in the backfield. Hines hands it off. Breaking outside is Brisbane. A solid gain on first down, rush of about 5.
Yeah, Brisbane continuing to show off the efficiency with the run game. And, you know, I like seeing him get the handoffs here for Eldon. He's been pretty good tonight. You look at Drayton DeLong, and he hasn't really had the breakoffs as much as you've seen from Colin Brisbane, despite seeing more carries throughout the night. So I'll be interested to see if they lean on Brisbane a little bit more throughout the game.
Now 2nd and 5, pistol formation. Heavy offensive front, 2 receivers out wide. Make that 2 men in the backfield. Handing it off for another short gain is Hines to Cale Hammond. Makes it third and manageable, third and about 3. With 15 seconds remaining on this clock, we'll see if Eldon takes it to the fourth quarter. Looking over to the sideline, and it looks like that is what the Mustangs are going to do. Heading into the final 12 minutes of action, the score 29-14, Hallsville with a 2-score lead.
Attention Indians fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Hallsville by becoming a member of the Hallsville Athletic Boosters. Your gifts help provide all Hallsville athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Hallsville Athletic Boosters this season for as little as $25. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Hallsville Athletic Boosters or email them at hallsvilleathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Indians!
Last Sentinel Fire.
It's the fourth quarter of action here from Hallsville. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Austin Thomas, joined by Matthew Gustafson. The Hallsville Indians, they are hosting the Eldon Mustangs in a 29-14 game. The fourth quarter just about to get started. Eldon deep in Hallsville territory and could make this a one-score game with a touchdown. And the first play, a handoff up the left side. Plenty of space to run. Gets it to about the 10-yard line before DeLong is collapsed. And call it at the 9-yard line where they will place the football. And it is first and goal for the Mustangs. What a way to get things started.
Good blocking along that outside edge. Allows him to break it outside. A little bit of room to run tripped up around the 10-yard line.
It looks like they'll actually spot the ball at the 8, so first and goal from the 8. They've got that many yards to play, and Hines in the backfield did have another man, but now just has DeLong. Fakes gives the ball off. Hines not going to have it, gives it to DeLong, who gets it nearly to the line of scrimmage, but tackled right at about the sideline. Called a loss of 1. It's now second and goal from the 9, and a timeout called on the field as an injury has apparently been brought to our attention right at the line of scrimmage. An Eldon player is down, and looks like they're stretching his leg out, so hoping that it's just a cramp,
yep.
But we'll have to wait and see here to make sure that it's nothing worse than that. So both teams will head to the huddle a minute into the fourth quarter. Still a 15-point game, and Eldon trying to punch it in.
And a score that Eldon desperately needs. Their player is up on his feet.
Yeah, and that
I believe
is
that's
Cody Brown. Cody Brown, a big-time player both on offense and defense. On offense, wide receiver. On defense, more of a linebacker. Well, I guess more of a tight end wide receiver. Kind of a mix on offense, but not a guy. And he's limping off right now as well, so you're hoping that he's all right, but at least for the time being, you're going to have to find a substitute for him. Hopefully he will be okay. Able to walk off under his own pressure for a little bit, but then had to get help as he got off toward the sideline there. Eldon looking to get back to work here. Second and goal from the 9. Running with 2 wide receivers on the left, 1 man in the backfield, and 2 tight ends. Hines in the gun. He takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, throws it up the seam, and he's open into the end zone. Touchdown, Eldon. The Mustangs able to keep fighting here in the fourth quarter, and they keep this exciting, but the PAT or the 2-point conversion, whichever they decide to go for, it matters. A 9-point Hallsville lead, and they will go for the PAT. Dugan, a chance to make it a 1-score game. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is no good. It remains a 2-score game. Dugan missed the PAT, so it remains a 29-20 game. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier on Hallsville's PAT, how big it was for Klossick to be able to hit it, because with that, Hallsville remains up 2 scores now. And they put a ton of pressure on Eldon.
.10:46 remaining as well. We saw earlier in this game a 6-minute drive by Hallsville. If they can put together another long drive and put at least 3 more points on the board, you've got an opportunity to really seal this victory and make it back-to-back wins.
Well, that's the hope right here for Hallsville fans. And really, you just got to make sure you don't have a 3-and-out or some sort of play like that. You got to keep that offense staying electric. So Eldon going quickly out of the huddle. They kick it, trying the onside kick. Hallsville touched the ball. Who picked it up, though? And they're pointing their direction. Eldon might have recovered the onside kick. They did. Hallsville touched the ball just past the 50. Eldon picks it up, and they have recovered. Oh, no. The Mustangs get it right back. And with 10:42 to go in the fourth quarter, what a play. Hallsville was not ready. Eldon was in their huddle, and everyone ran forward as the kick came right up the middle. I don't even know who ended up kicking the ball, but it was perfectly planned. So 1st and 10 from the Hallsville 46 for the Eldon offense in a 9-point game. Man in the backfield, trips on the right side, right next to the offensive line. The snap, faking the handoff. Hines takes it himself, and he's sacked. Jack Wooden again. And Wooden is now limping as he goes off to the sideline, calling for a substitution after that one. And you got to pray that he's all right, because he has been such a huge piece of this offense and defense.
I mean, make no mistake, Jack Wooden has been
mostly
the best player on the Hallsville defense tonight.
Oh, he certainly has been. I mean, so many times you find him in the backfield. Now just over 10 minutes to go. Pre-snap motion. Hines, he's got immediate pressure. He dumps it off over the top. He finds his man DeLong. DeLong has space up the left side. One man to beat. Can he get through him? Yes, he can. Into the end zone. DeLong has gone. 1-score game here in Hallsville. What a play, a 46-yard rushing touchdown for Drayden DeLong. Sorry, receiving touchdown at that, but man, oh man. We have a 3-point game here, 29-26. They'll go for the PAT. Dugan looking for revenge after missing the last PAT attempt. The Hallsville fans cheering for a block. The kick is up, and it bounces off the crossbar and in. Oh, man. Everything going Eldon's way right now. And with 9:54 on the clock, it is 29-27. We have a good one tonight.
Well, Eldon, they've been trying to make that halfback screen work all night long, and they finally connect. When they connect, it is a big gain, 46 yards to the end zone. Had one man to beat, and he was able to fake him out, did DeLong.
This Eldon offense proving they won't go down easily. They have made a couple of big plays today, while Hallsville has won a majority of the downs defensively. It's been the offense of Eldon that have made the big plays happen. That's how they brought this game back, 29-27. And with just under 10 minutes to go, it is anyone's game, and the Hallsville fans are all getting on their feet. And now that Hallsville's seen the onside kick attempt, they're going to be ready to go, just in case something like that happened again, but wasn't expecting so. The reason that last onside kick really worked is because of the unexpectedness. Dugan now getting ready to send this one away. It is up into about the 15 where it's picked up Now a run up the right side by Jenkins, crosses the 30 and gets just shy of the 35-yard line. But a flag right at the end thrown toward the Hallsville sideline. And so maybe something happened from one of the bench players, although got to wait on the call, as Hallsville did have the ball spotted at the 34-yard line, but they might be moving this ball back depending on the penalty.
And a continuing discussion among the officials getting ready to announce the penalty now.
They're saying unnecessary roughness against Eldon. So don't move it back, you move it forward. A penalty against the Mustangs. So the ball moves from the 34 up the field, and a big-time penalty against them costs 15 yards. So instead of the 34, Hallsville has the ball at their own 49. 1 yard shy of midfield. That is huge. Hallsville feeling the need to score a touchdown. And again, all alone in the backfield, Landon Cunningham. He takes the snap, going to try and run it himself up the left side. Has some space, about 5 yards up the field. Gets about 8 before he's tackled, just shy of the first down marker. He is into Eldon territory. It's 2nd and 2 from the 43.
And it looks like he got tripped up. There was a defender on the ground. Looks like that defender kind of just reached up, went, oh, there's Cunningham, and kind of threw his hands up to make the tackle.
It was a good play on defense, and so Hallsville hoping to get this offense moving. Brody Brown coming into the game as a tight end. He's been making some big plays defensively. Landon Cunningham in at quarterback. And the snap. Oh, no, never mind. That's Rhodes who was in at QB, and Rhodes takes it himself. He gets the first down. Once again, showing that Wildcat formation. Cunningham was on the field, but he was not in at quarterback. Rhodes instead took it himself up the right side, and Cunningham looking like he's going to go play wide receiver again. And Cunningham, obviously, he's got some legs, he's got speed, but not a guy that's been catching too many passes this season. It looks like Rhodes is just going to be the quarterback here. Abe Rhodes might as well have him. The night he's been having, Rhodes in at QB. Pre-snap motion, he hands it off. Left side run from Jenkins on the jet sweep, and a flag thrown at the end. That could be a face mask or a horse collar. Would have netted about 2 yards or so on the carry. Not much from Jenkins, but no, they're going to call holding here. Not face mask or horse collar. It was a clean tackle, but it was before that Hallsville was called for holding, so bring that ball back 10 yards from the spot of the holding call. They say the holding was spotted at the 39, so Hallsville gets the ball back at their own, or back at the Eldon 49, which makes it now 1st and 20.
Well, we haven't
8:30 to go here in the fourth quarter, a 2-point game.
We haven't seen a ton of passing in this second half outside of the 75-yard touchdown. Indians are going to have to air it out.
And maybe we'll see that here. Cunningham, he unleashes it left side, and it's in the breadbasket, but through. Oh, man. Had Stockamp on the left side, and it was through his hands. And Stockamp is going to have nightmares about that one tonight. Hallsville now a 2nd and 20. I mean, it's tough to catch those over-the-shoulder passes, but any wide receiver is going to wish that they had that one back.
It's just about perfect placement on that ball. That's one that, like you said, I'm sure they'd love to have back.
Cunningham all alone in the backfield, 2 men on the left, 3 on the right. He takes the snap. Cunningham, plenty of pressure, throws it off on the screen to Jenkins. Jenkins up the left side. He's got room ahead of him. Up the left sideline, Jenkins to the 10. He's home. Touchdown, Indians. They go back up by 8. It's 35-27, and a PAT will put them up 2 scores again. 8:09 to go. Gabe Jenkins all the way.
They go back to that tunnel screen. We saw it work with some really great effect 2 weeks ago in that Boonville matchup. They go to it there, and they get a massive touchdown.
And now the PAT, the hold is there, the kick is up, and it is through. Hallsville leads by 9. It's 36-27 here in the fourth quarter. And man, what a game for the Indians. Their offense hitting on all cylinders right now, and in large part due to the great passing attack of Landon Cunningham. He has had some incredible throws tonight. I mean, you talk about a 49-yard touchdown to Gabe Jenkins, the 75-yard receiving touchdown from Abe Rhodes, and, of course, you had the 87-yard receiving touchdown from Gabe Jenkins earlier in the game. So just off of touchdowns, I mean, he's dang near got that 200 yards himself to pass that 1,000-yard passing marker. I can guarantee you he's already passed that.
Yep. And it's been a lot of those short misdirection plays. You see the tunnel screen. You've seen the whole formation moving to the right. He looks to pass back to his left. They got a touchdown on one of those. It's been the short hitters that turn into the long gains tonight for Hallsville. The misdirection on offense has been working to perfection.
So 36-27 the score, and Hallsville ready to kick it away. Classic on the kickoff this time instead of Wooden, so it looks like they'll go deep, but maybe not deep, a little bit shorter as it's picked up just shy of the 40, but not much of a return for Eldon as the ball is blown dead just past the 40. And they'll call it at the 42-yard line, and that makes it 1st and 10, still in Eldon territory with 8:03 to go. The Mustangs trail by 9 late. Hallsville's defense hoping to stand strong as they have throughout the night, but hoping to avoid the big plays. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right for Eldon, 1 man in the backfield. Pre-snap motion from Brisbane. Hines has it, looks to throw right. Brisbane's there, catches it up the sideline, tries to make a move, not able to get the first, but a 2nd and 1, that's not a bad situation to be in.
And an update, looks like Jack Wooden is out there on the field. Really good news for this Hallsville defense.
Great news as he had limped off the field a little bit earlier in the fourth quarter. Such a big-time playmaker for this team, and huge to have him back out there, but just because he's on the field doesn't mean that you're going to be successful. 7:30 to go. Pre-snap motion again from Brisbane. Snap to Hines. He's looking to throw. Unleashes the cannon right side. Has a man under pressure. Goes down. Flag at the end of the play. Wyatt Riley, the freshman in coverage, not able to lock down Chase Atkinson the legal way. And that'll be a 1st down, a 15-yard defensive pass interference penalty. And a lot of contact there. Riley thought he had it timed up, but seems like he was a bit early on it.
Certainly a close call. I think the right one. You saw him get there just about a half second too early.
Maybe not even, but
not one the fans are going to like, but I think it was the right call.
And certainly going to make it a little bit of a nicer position for Eldon as they will work now deep into Hallsville territory. Ball at the 34-yard line. That's how many yards they've got to go. 7:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Hines, 1 man to his left. He goes in motion. That's Cody Brown. Ball is snapped. It's a bad snap. So quick throw to the right side. Has a man before the line of scrimmage. Able to break it just across. And a flag, a late hit potentially there. We'll see if that's what the call is, but it was a late flag right at the end of the play as the man went out of bounds. And so Eldon trying to move down the field. Their offense has been looking relatively strong. And the referee's taking a while to discuss the penalty on this play, as the players went tumbling into the Eldon bench. And so, yes, they will indeed move the ball forward, as Coach Stevens for Hallsville walked down on the field. I believe that's a taunting penalty against Hallsville. So a big-time flag at the end of the play. He was taken out of bounds. And then another massive penalty has the ball spotted at the 18-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 18 for the Mustangs. They trail by 9. Over 7 minutes to go still, and they certainly could put themselves in a position to complete this comeback if they're able to punch this one in.
And this one turning into a bit more of a shootout than I think we were expecting.
Oh, certainly. I mean, you look at these two teams, and it's been the defenses that when they've been able to stay in games, it's been because of the defenses. The offenses for both squads really struggling entering tonight, but the opposite of the way that this game has gone. Hallsville's defense has allowed 35 points per game, whereas Eldon's offense has averaged just 25 a game. Eldon's defense, now they've been pretty good, allowing just 18 points per game, but the Hallsville offense, and they've averaged just 18 points per game as well. So got to work the ball down the field, and, well, Eldon's been able to do so on this drive, not really because of the big plays, but it's been because of the penalties. First and 10 from the 18-yard line. They're in the red zone. That's DeLong and in the backfield. You've got the quarterback, Hines, out at wide receiver. Here's the snap to Atkinson. He's going to take it himself up the middle. Makes a man miss. Got it just shy of the 10-yard line. Not a bad game. They run their own Wildcat formation. Hallsville had Abe Rhodes coming in as the Wildcat for a couple of plays and worked out relatively well for the Indians. And so the Mustangs say, hey, why not run that same play ourselves? Second and 4 from the 12.
You know what they say? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Well, unless Eldon ends up winning this game, in which case Hallsville is not going to be happy. Run up the middle this time, not going to get anything. 3rd and 4, no gain on the run play. Just over 6 minutes to go now. Hallsville trying to finish this one off. They've led the entire game since they scored with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Handoff, no, he keeps it himself. Play action, right side, deep throw, off balance, but it's incomplete. And that would have been an incredible throw had Hines been able to make it. Instead, it's now 4th and 4.
And I think that even if there was a link up between Hines and the receiver there, likely would have been pushed out of bounds or would have been incomplete anyway. Interesting play call, and one that I think kind of shows what they were going to do on 4th down no matter what.
Well, this is an interesting situation for the Mustangs because they're down 9. A field goal would put them within one score, but they look like they're going to go for it. But at the last second, a timeout called by the Mustangs, and they will regroup. That's their second timeout of the half. They have just one remaining. And with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of a close game, they only have one timeout to work with, that's big news for Hallsville.
I believe both sides now have one timeout remaining. Or does Hallsville have two?
I believe Hallsville still has two. Well, hold up. Actually, I don't know if there are any timeouts left for Eldon. I think they might have been charged for an injury timeout earlier in the game. So Eldon has no timeouts, actually. Eldon is out of timeouts with that, with 6:02 to go because of the injury timeout earlier in the half. Hallsville still has 2 timeouts. But Eldon, that's their last one of the game. In a 36-27 match, that could be important come down to the last couple minutes. We'll have to wait and see, though. 4th and 4. This is the most important play of the game so far. Hines in at quarterback. He takes the snap, looking to throw. Right side, has a man, and the ball is caught. It's complete, or is it? Yes, it is. First down. They mark it just past the line.
1st and goal.
Huge spot from the 7.
They get the conversion. Can they get the touchdown?
That's the question. Likely run here with everyone crunched inside. Snap to Hines. He fakes the handoff, tries to take it himself, breaks a tackle, but doesn't get much out of it. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And another Eldon player is on the ground now, as Brody Brown had the tackle on the last play, but another Eldon player is on the ground here being tended to by the trainer and a teammate. 5:31 to go here in the game, and on a 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line, that's where we'll resume.
Now, I'm going to pose a question to you, all right? Let's get into a little bit of strategy here. Let's say that it takes 3 plays to score a touchdown. You make the PAT, it is a 2-point game, 36-34. Say about 4 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. No timeouts remaining. If you're Eldon, do you try another onside kick?
The way that the offense has been looking for Hallsville, I say yes. Because regardless, if you get the number of first downs, they'd be able to run out the clock, even if they don't score a touchdown. So it doesn't matter if you're at the 50-yard line. If Hallsville's at the 50-yard line versus at their own 30, you still don't even need to get to the end zone to end the game on time. That's what I'm looking at. So I would say yes, but you got to actually set up for it. You can't just go out unexpected. Hallsville's going to be prepared. But regardless, they got to get the touchdown here first. So a couple men out right, one on the left, one man in the backfield. In motion, Atkinson. He's going to get the handoff on the jet sweep to the right side. Right at the sideline, he's hit and goes out of bounds. Maybe a gain of 1, not sure. Right near the line of scrimmage. Wyatt Morris on the tackle. It's 3rd and 7. They spot him at the line of scrimmage. 5:22 on the clock, and the big deal is that he did get to the sideline. And so that stopped the clock. But 3rd down and goal from the 7. Once again, 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Hines in the backfield. Pre-snap motion from Brisbane. Fake handoff. Hines looking for the jump throw over the middle. It's picked off. Lawson Burks has it in the end zone and then goes to the ground, but had lost the ball at the very end. And Hallsville, the interception, a big play. Lawson Burks. And a huge one at that. Hallsville takes the ball back, but the referees are discussing because he had lost the ball in the end zone. They might be trying to call safety here. So hold on 1 second. No flags, but the referee's discussing if he had left the end zone before fumbling the ball.
And there is a flag on the play.
There is also a flag on the play on the near side, right around the 5-yard line. And so everyone holding their breath right now. As it stands, Hallsville, the interception, and a touchback. They'll start with the ball on the 20, but the referee's deep in discussion to talk about what happened. What did you see, Matt?
Well, I saw an interception. He was right at the line when he lost control. I'm not sure if he went backwards. If he crossed the line, goes backwards into the end zone, and fumbles it, then it is a safety. That is the key question. Did he cross the line?
Well, I also think they've got to talk about what is that flag about. So here's the call. We'll wait and see.
An eligible man downfield on the offense.
So that to be declined, I would assume. However, the referee is going to check with Coach Stevens because I believe they're going to say that it would have been a safety, so Hallsville probably going to accept this penalty and say, okay, at the very least, it's not a safety, but waiting to see here. And that's what I've got to assume this is about. The Hallsville coaching staff is incensed, and understandably so. But I would assume they accept the penalty in this situation, push them back 5 yards. It would then be 3rd and goal from the 12. And it would remain Eldon ball, but if they decline the penalty, if this is as I'm expecting, then that would have meant that the safety counts and they have to punt the ball back away on the free kick, and Eldon gets the ball down 7 points.
And that's the key right there, down 7.
So we're seeing if that's where they spot the ball, because previously the ball was placed at the 7, and now they will indeed move the ball back 5 yards, like I was spot on with that. And so it's now 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line after the illegal man downfield. Hallsville, oh man, they had the game in their hands. Lawson Burks had the interception, but unfortunately that's wiped off the board, so that will not go towards the stats either.
Your first instinct has just got to be just go down. Don't try to return it unless there is literally nobody between you and the other end zone, right? Understandable. Anytime that you get that interception, you're going to look to return it. But in the end zone, given this game situation, you just got to lie down on the ground.
36-27, 5:13 to go. Here's the snap under pressure. Hines loses the ball, but picked up by an offensive lineman. Saved by Isaiah Abbott, the left tackle.
It's going to be 4th and 20.
I mean, hey, any chance is a chance for Eldon right now. They need to take it, although you might want to go for the field goal at this point in time. That's a long field goal, though, at that.
That would be a 37-yarder.
37 yards.
And given what we've seen, I don't think that's in the range.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But a timeout called by Eldon. So they were given back a timeout. I believe that injury timeout earlier in the game was added back on. So they didn't get charged for that one. However, they do use their final timeout of the game here. Hallsville's got 1 timeout left. Eldon's got none. 4:38 to go in the game. A 9-point lead for the Indians. And it's a 4th and goal from the 20 for the Mustangs.
We haven't seen a bunch of passing from Eldon tonight. They don't have much of a choice here.
They do not.
Just toss it up into the end zone and hope for the best.
Well, you look at their squad right now, and you got to see, okay, who do you think you can trust? Chase Atkinson, 6'1", 165. He's been their best receiver this season, I would say. Debatable with Colin Brisbane. But Chase Atkinson, he's certainly got the height. He's got the ability to make some catches. He does have a touchdown reception in the season as well. And Atkinson also, he had his 2nd touchdown reception of the season earlier in the game. We'll see who they go to. But a man in the backfield as well. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's the 4th and goal from the 20. Drew Hines. He takes the snap. Looking under pressure, jump throw, right sideline. It's knocked down. incomplete. Hallsville gets the ball back at the 20-yard line. With 4:30 to go, they lead by 9, and that might just do it on the night.
And the pass was not in the end zone, was in fact 5, 6 to 8 maybe yards short. So even if the reception is made, that would be a turnover on downs. No timeouts for Eldon. 4.5 remaining. This, as I believe Stanley Hudson says in the office, is a run out the clock situation.
It certainly is a run out the clock situation. No timeouts left for Eldon. So at the very least, they get the ball back with maybe 2 minutes on the clock and still no timeouts. Here's the snap. A run up the middle to Cunningham. He's got some space, about 5 yards and more. Cunningham is free up the right side to the 50. He's got a couple men to beat. He slows back down, now speeds back up across the 30. He's taken down out of bounds. And he has this one deep into Eldon territory. What a run from the quarterback. They spot the ball just shy of the 25. And a monstrous gain for the QB. Call it 56 yards on the run. Hallsville is setting up nicely. 4:17 on the clock. 1st and 10 from the 26. Pre-snap motion to Dalvin Smith. He gets the handoff, running up the middle, breaks through the defensive line. Second level, can't reach the third, but gets tackled at about the 19. You're more than okay with that. Clock will run, and it's 2nd and short for the Indians offense.
And this one's going to get you to about 3.5 minutes remaining.
25 seconds on the play clock. 3:50 now on the game clock. And getting the play call from the sideline, Hallsville is in no rush on 2nd and 3. Just trying to finish this one out strong. Cunningham all alone, now gets some pre-snap motion to Dalvin Smith. Cunningham taking it himself up the middle. He breaks through the 15 and even further. It's a first down for Hallsville. 3:26 on the game clock. One more first down, and you can call this one game, basically. But you still got to use a little bit more time. A little bit more, not much. 1st and 10 from the 14. Hallsville already up 9 points. I think they'd be okay with scoring here as well. Add an extra possession that you need, although technically you do give Eldon a chance. I think you're fine with that in this certain position. Here's the snap. Hand off to Dalvin Smith. Left side, trying to find his way up the middle. Gets it to the left hash and tackled down just shy of the 5-yard line. Another nice gain from the flex player on the Indians. Another gain of 7. It's 2nd and 3 for this Hallsville offense. They are spotted up at the 7-yard line. 2:30 to go on the night. And with basically a first down, you can notch this one a Hallsville victory. So Cunningham taking as much time off the clock as he can. He's got Dalvin Smith behind him. One receiver out to the right. Cunningham hands it off to Smith. Smith up the middle. He gets past the 5. Not far past. Was it enough to get the first down? And they are going to say first down, Hallsville. And that might be enough to break down the clock. Not sure. That's a little bit much math for me. You got under 2 minutes to go. Matt, I appreciate you're trying to do the math right now. I can see the gears turning in your head.
They've
First
got it.
and goal from the 4, and Hallsville, they got enough time if they just tick this clock down. Hand off to Smith, runs up the middle. He's going to try and get to the end zone. He'll have it. Touchdown Indians, Dalvin Smith. The 4-yard touchdown with 1:31 on the clock, and they do give the ball back to Eldon, but tacked on some extra points at the end. Dalvin Smith gets the tutty And for Dalvin Smith, that's his first touchdown of the season. He's going to be happy to have that one. 4 yards, and it was all Dalvin Smith that last drive. Well, of course, a little bit of Landon Cunningham running certainly didn't hurt them. They got that big run from Cunningham, and now Klosick for the PAT. The kick is up, and it is off to the left, but it is through and good. The PAT successful. It's 43-27. And with that, a now 16-point Hallsville lead. It's still just a 2-score game, but you've ticked down the clock so much at this point in time that right now you're really not worried about the Eldon scores. But they will get the ball back and a chance.
1:31 remaining, no timeouts. And again, we've talked about it. If you can shut down the running game, which for the most part is what this Hallsville defense has done tonight, you are going to get yourself a lot closer to getting that win. Now, 91 seconds on the clock. And Eldon is going to need to rely on some big hitters in the passing game, and that's something that they haven't done this season.
No, they haven't, although Eldon did have some big touchdowns this game, a 46-yard receiving touchdown from Drayden DeLong. You've seen a couple of receiving touchdowns as well, only one rushing touchdown. The other 3 touchdowns have all been through the air. So they've been able to get it once they're near the end zone, and a couple of big plays, but not too many. Kickoff now for the Indians. And Klosick sends it at about the hashes at the 35. Now some pressure up the right side and tackled just past the 40 there. Not much of a return as it was number 4 Damian Fisher on the return, the sophomore. And Fisher got it up past to the 41. Minute 21 to go on the night. And with a minute 21 left, a timeout, the final one of the game, is called by the Indians to talk things over and trying to get some valuable reps in. Obviously, you want to make sure that your team is as good to go as possible. Hallsville getting ready to go on a 2-game win streak after starting the season 0-3, and that's getting them ready to take on Osage coming up next. They head to Osage, and then they head to Southern Boone. Back-to-back road games coming up on the schedule for the Indians. So some big ones for Hallsville, to say the least. And then their next home game is against Blair Oaks, so that one certainly ain't going to be easy either. Blair Oaks starting off the season 4-0. It is worth noting that the final game of the season against California is here in Hallsville. California 0-4 to start the year and not looking good in this game against Osage. They were down by 21 at halftime the last time that I checked. Haven't checked here in the second half, though, and I can't find my phone right now. So, Matt, that's your job. 43-27 the score here in Hallsville. Indians got the lead, but Eldon's got the ball. A minute 21 to go. And the snap here. Hines does unleash for the left side, has a man. Tip drill, it's caught though. After it was tipped, only a gain of 10 yards though. Chase Atkinson able to bring it in. Just gets the first down. Ball into Hallsville territory at the 48-yard line. Just over a minute left. Hines calls for the ball. He drops back. Heavy pressure. 2 defensive linemen go down. Hines, plenty of time. Throws it left side, and it's tipped. Great defense there from Hallsville. It was Hayes Garnett in coverage there. Able to swat that one down. A great pass defense. Hallsville's defense getting set to go. 57 seconds on the clock. It's stopped. Hines gets the snap. Throws it off to the right on a quick throw. Now DeLong tackled in bounds. And that's going to take the clock even further down with a 16-point gap. Well, This Eldon team needs more than one score. And you got to get something basically here if you're going to have a chance. Running to the left side, Hines. He unleashes left side, has a man, but it's tipped up, and another stop for Garnett. So, Hayes Garnett with a second pass defense. 25 seconds left, and that just about does it for the game.
34-0, by the way, at halftime is the most recent update that I see.
Well, it was our halftime the last time that I had checked, and at our halftime it was 21-0. So, yikes. Not looking good for that California team, but Hallsville hoping to get more than just 3 wins in the regular season. This would be their second. Of course, they're eyeing down that win at California. They want to get some more in between here and then, though. And oh, wow, what a play. Hook and ladder up the right sideline, across the 20, across the 10. This is a touchdown. Eldon's got a chance to make it a 1-score game with 16 seconds on the clock. It was a catch and a flip back to DeLong. DeLong had it up the sideline. And so DeLong, the big play touchdown. Now you got to get the 2-point conversion, though. They're going to go for it. 16 seconds. 43-33. If you get this 2-point conversion, then you do have the chance at the onside kick. They converted one earlier today. Now Hines takes the snap, flips it to the left side. DeLong trying to find some space up the middle. He falls forward, no good. And that will stop him short. A 10-point game, 43-33. Drayden DeLong just shy of the goal line. Eldon had a little bit more of a chance than they should have there with the big last-second touchdown, but
the stop seals it.
Yeah, still a 2-point. Well, I had said that it was sealed on the previous stop. I guess I technically was wrong on that front, but well, maybe not because, well, it seems like Hallsville's still going to be on top here. 43-33, what a shootout, over 70 points between these two teams, 76 combined on the night. By far the most we have seen in a game this season. Hallsville set their season high in points scored previously. They had 28 against Centralia, putting up 43 this game. That's 2 touchdowns more than their previous high on the year. So Eldon going to come back out here. I assume going to try an onside kick just to see if they can do it. Hallsville ready, though. And Eldon breaking out of the huddle. Dugan now
setting up.
Ready to go.
Outside.
Yeah. And Dugan puts it on the ground, takes a couple of hops, touched, and will be recovered by Eldon. Wow. So if they had scored that 2-point conversion, this would have been a real opportunity. Whew. So Eldon's going to get the ball back.
The question, did it go the 10 yards?
Well, if it was touched by Hallsville, it doesn't need to. And I believe that it was. Still 43-33, and the referees are discussing it. The ball spotted at the 49, where Eldon picked it up. Second successful onside kick of the game. So the referees are still talking about it. And now breaking back, and they double down on their decision. They say, yes, it's a Mustang recovery. And what if, the only question right now, what if DeLong had made it into the end zone on that 2-point conversion? 10-point game, 43-33, and the snap to Hines, dropping back. Hook to throw to the right side. It's a toss-up, and Atkinson not able to bring it in. Pass defensed by Wyatt Riley. 8 seconds on the scoreboard, and I don't think it's possible to score a
I
touchdown
was going to say, yeah.
and recover an onside kick in 8 seconds to give you even one play on a second drive.
If they were somehow going to make it work, it would have been on that play.
I guess technically, if you kick it deep and it's a muffed recovery, and then they pick it up in the end zone, you don't need that second play, so you just need a 7-second touchdown, which is possible. So technically, the game's not over. Eldon going to go for it. 3 men on the left, 2 on the right. Quick throw to the left side. Atkinson's there. He's going to try and throw it deep, but now he's going to hurl it. 1 second. That's game. It falls to the ground incomplete. Regardless of if he had caught it, that would have finished the night. 43-33, the final score. Hallsville wins. And with that, we are going to go ahead and hit a quick break. What a night. What a game for Hallsville as they get their second win of the season, make it back-to-back. We'll talk all about it when we return. Hallsville postgame show comes up next. You're listening to the Show Me Sports Network here on YouTube.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Power equipment is always cool, always. Well, unless it's not working, then power equipment is expensive. Always. Unless you get it checked with Salter Lawn Service. Don't worry about saving up for something new. Just let the experienced experts at Salter Lawn Service repair your small engines. With pickup and delivery available, saving you time and saving your wallet.
Hey, this is Stacy Salter with Salter Lawn Service. One call, we do it all. You can find us at salterlawnservice.com.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
And then they follow up with a 3-and-out, get the ball back, and a one-play, 12-second drive. It was an 87-yard receiving touchdown from Gabe Jenkins. He makes it 14-0, although the PAT attempt was no good afterwards, so it remained 14-0 with 3:49 to go in the first quarter. Eldon then, they started pushing down the field with 11:13 left in the second quarter. They scored for the first time. Hines scored a 2-yard rushing touchdown, and then the PAT was good from Dugan to make it 14-7. Hallsville, though, would eventually respond on their next drive. They wouldn't respond on their next drive, but defensively, after turning the ball over, Carter Giesler, he runs it 55 yards back to the end zone after the forced fumble from Brody Brown. Picked up by Giesler, he runs it all the way back. That makes it 20-7, and then the 2-point conversion. Rhodes again runs it in this time, and that makes it 22-7, the score with 8:40 to go in the second quarter. Then you wouldn't see another score all the way up until the end of the second quarter. Right before halftime, Eldon able to put one into the end zone. It was Chase Atkinson from 6 yards out. He makes the catch. And then the PAT, once again, good from Dugan, 22-14 the score. So just an 8-point game heading into the locker room. But coming out of the locker room, it was a little bit of time where you didn't really know who was going to grab the momentum, but it was Hallsville who would score first out of halftime. A huge 75-yard receiving touchdown from Abe Rhodes as he brought it all the way home. And then it was a successful PAT attempt from Klosick to make it 29-14 with 5:33 to go in the third quarter. You wouldn't see another score in the third quarter, but early in the fourth quarter, it was a 9-yard receiving touchdown for Eldon that brought it to a 29-20 score, so just a 9-point game, and they went for the PAT attempt to make it an 8-point game, but the PAT from Dugan was no good. And that really threw a wrench in Eldon's plans as they were hoping to make the comeback from down 15, but Eldon immediately able to get the ball back on an unexpected onside recovery. They get the ball back, they drive down the field, and less than a minute after their last touchdown, they score another one thanks to Drayden DeLong's 46-yard trick play receiving touchdown. They just left him open. He leaked out the left side and ran it all the way up the sideline into the end zone. That made it 29-26, and then the PAT made it 29-27. So just a 2-point game with 9:54 to go in the fourth quarter. Hallsville gets the ball back, and they have a great drive down the field, capped off by a 49-yard receiving touchdown from Gabe Jenkins. He makes it 36-27 with 8:08 to go in the fourth quarter, and that was thanks in part to Klosic's second PAT success of the game, and that put Hallsville up big time, but they would respond yet again with a minute 31 to go in the game with Dalvin Smith. They could have just kneeled the ball down to finish it out, but they decided to score again. Dalvin Smith from 4 yards out, he runs one in after he had really run the ball kind of the whole way outside of Landon Cunningham. He had about a 40-yard run, and the rest of it was all Dalvin Smith to punch it in at the end. A minute 31 to go, 43-27 the score, and then Drayden DeLong, he ended up catching that receiving touchdown right at the end there, and well, Eldon would have had a Hail Mary attempt to potentially tie the game. It was 43-33, and the 2-point conversion, DeLong was stuffed right at the goal line, and so that kept it a 10-point game rather than an 8-point game. Even though the onside recovery was successful for Eldon, they didn't have a chance at the end, and the final score, 43-33. So now that we've recapped it all, Matt, what were your takeaways from this game? What did you like? What did you not like from both sides?
Well, let's start with that defense for Hallsville. Defensive line, the front seven overall, very impressive. They continued to put pressure on the quarterback for Eldon, that being Drew Hines, continued to get in the backfield. I didn't count how many tackles for loss Jack Wooden had in this game. I can guarantee you it was at least 2 or 3, maybe even more. A really impressive showing from that defensive line for Hallsville. On the offensive side, big performances from 2 of your skill position players. Obviously, we've got to talk about Abe Rhodes. We'll get into it, I'm sure, more in this postgame show. But also a really impressive performance from Gabe Jenkins. Entered today leading you in receiving yards, and I'm sure that that lead has extended, had that huge 87-yard touchdown, and later in the game, the 49-yard touchdown. 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards for the day, easily over 100 yards, and that is a big reason why the Indians get the victory.
Yeah, it certainly was. I'm excited to see what this Hallsville team can bring going forward. Their offense really looked explosive today, and I think Landon Cunningham's only going to continue to get better throughout the season. The big focus of this one, Landon Cunningham, no interceptions in this game. Not a single interception, and that was absolutely huge for Hallsville because that's been one of his biggest problems so far through the start of the season. Obviously, in his first year as the starting QB for Hallsville, and so it's understandable that he would make a lot of mistakes early on, and this is exactly what you love to see of his progression and keeping the ball, taking care of it, no turnovers, and able to score some points, 44 of them at that. So we'll see how much this team can really keep moving up as they improve to 2-3 on the season. They head on the road next at Osage, who we were talking about earlier was up 34-0 on California at halftime. So Osage, certainly a good squad. They are about to move to 4-1 after their victory over California today. So a tough team to beat nonetheless. On the outlook of the season for Hallsville, I think you're really looking at that game at Southern Boone, that game at California. Those are your big opportunities for wins. If you can somehow manage a win at Osage, I think you're looking at a very potentially different outlook on the playoffs as well. Maybe going to be making a run there. Of course, Hallsville didn't have much expectations last year, but they still were able to make a run nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about those opportunities for victory, and the biggest thing, I think the defense, you don't necessarily see it because of that 33 points allowed. I think the defense was pretty solid today. Talked about that front seven, talked about especially the impact that defensive line had. And if you can continue to look like this on the defensive end for the rest of the season, that is going to allow you to mimic the success, continue the success that we have seen these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that's an interesting thing that you say. The defense, it looked good even though it allowed 33 points. And that's one of the things that I've said about Hallsville. Ever since Coach Stevens kind of took over last year, it's been the defense looks good. They look good, but they're allowing points. And it's due in part to those big plays, and that didn't change today. You still saw the big play touchdowns, and that's going to be really exploited the rest of the season, especially when you play some teams that are looking in, stronger directions, that have got some bigger wins under their belt.
Your Blair Oaks
and
of the world.
Your Blair Oaks. I mean, Blair Oaks is going to really exploit that, and I feel like Osage certainly could next season as well, or next game as well. But we'll have to wait and see. We will have coverage of that on the Show Me Sports Network next week, so hope you're tuned in for that. We'll have coverage on the Show Me Sports Network the rest of the season. Apologies that we weren't able to get on the air last week. It won't happen again. Trust me. We'll be here every week, as we were aiming to do at the beginning of the season. But that's going to just about do it for our postgame show. Any final thoughts from you, Matt, before we close up here?
Back-to-back wins, we've got a little bit of momentum. I've talked about the potential for the defense. If you can continue to limit the turnovers on the offensive end, best performance we've seen from the offense all year long. The arrow is firmly pointing up for Hallsville.
It certainly is. Well, hopefully they can keep that momentum, but that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Big shout out to every one of you for tuning in, the fans of the Hallsville Indians, and can't wait to get to call more games throughout the rest of the season. But from myself, Austin Thomas, from Matthew Gustafson, and from the rest of the Show Me Sports Network, thank you and have a great rest of your night.
Serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world. This is the Show Me Sports Network. The proceeding was an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and was a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.